What up? Who we got? Advantage, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. First, nice. That's what I like to see. You always start streams right when I'm about to sleep? Bro, I'm sorry. Oh, let me get my webcam on. My bad. Here we go. Why is it up so hot? Um, get the lights on. Hang on just a moment. Very impromptu stream here, so I was not 100% prepared, even though I set it up. There we go. Hey, Michael, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Looks like we got 6 people in here. What's going on, guys? Thank you all for the likes, too. Getting this stream started off right. Lot to talk about. Actually, not a whole lot to talk about if you're in the Discord group. We already talked about it today, but just wanted to get a YouTube stream going for the people that are not in the group. Like I did say, 7 days a week. So far, that's still the plan. Might change that up to 7 days a week for the Discord group, and then just often for the YouTube channel. But for now, I kind of want to make sure I'm giving the free content out to everybody. If you haven't already liked, I do appreciate it if you wouldn't mind liking the stream so we can get YouTube to refer this live stream, being that it is a very, very small channel, and I don't usually get organic viewers very easily. Thank you so much. So let's just wait for a couple of the other people to get here. Just chill with the music real quick. And see if we can get some of the Discord people in here. We'll just give it just a moment. If the music's too lit, let me know. I'll change it to the lo-fi. You always stream. Hey, what's up, Advantage? I'm sorry, man. I don't know. I mean, it is late my time, so I shouldn't be surprised. Had a longer than planned stream earlier with the Discord group, so that kind of cut into today's stream time. I was expecting a couple more people from the group to get here, but that's fine. We don't need them here quite yet. We can get started. Let's just go ahead and take a look at what we got. Let me know if the music's too loud. Hey, Madison, what's up? First pinned? Yeah, Vantage got that. You were close, Madison, but not quite. So let's take a look at what we got on the chart here. Let's start doing some technical analysis, shall we? Of course, the thing we want to do first is take it from the zoomed out view. Always start from the outside, look in. Don't sit there on the 1 minute time frame if you're trying to see the grand scheme of things, the big picture, or else you will definitely lose it. So starting with Bitcoin, I always say the obvious thing just to reset my mind from having stared at the recent price action. We want to see where we came from, see where we ended up, and then evaluate what's going on and see where we could be going next. So for those that have been here the last couple days, you've heard this probably a million times. Just bear with me. It'll only take a minute. If you're new to the stream, welcome. Glad to have you. So started about a week ago or so. We were right about here, about 50,000 Bitcoin. Elon tweet ended up we were at about 58,000. Hey, Jonathan. Oh, yeah, Jonathan. Dude, I just read your message. I really appreciate that. I just read your message you sent me on Discord. Very kind message. Glad to help. Glad you're enjoying everything. Glad to have you, man. I was just about to respond, but then I was like, wait, I got to start a stream. So I got distracted. But yeah, I really appreciate that. Encouraging message as well. Glad I'm helping you out. Hopefully I'm helping everybody else out just as much with the content. And yeah, we'll keep this thing going. Keep making some money. Good stuff. But yeah, we started at wait, I gotta turn the music down. Oh, I can't hear myself think. We started about 50,000-60,000 Bitcoin, right? Elon tweet dropped us all the way down to 29,000. Strong rejection, started to recover, couldn't quite make it, couldn't hold above 40,000 even though we tried. Ended up breaking down, coming back down, rejecting 33, tried to make a bounce, didn't quite make it back to 40. Huge sell-off, right? This was still just about 7 days ago, even right here. Huge sell-off, came down to about 31,000, which is another key level of support. Did not hold. Did not hold very well. So we did reject out of here, went up to 40, did a head and shoulders pattern, actually, as we tried to break above 40. Failed to break above 40. Bad head and shoulders pattern. Came down hot. Broke through the upper trend channel that we had started to form here and broke down into the lower bearish side of the trend channel. Now, we talked about this many times, what would happen, how we'd probably have some sideways trading, how also when we got up in here that we would hope that we could keep the bullish momentum, trade in this trend channel, continue, break our way out of 40s through here at some point, maybe a move here or just a stronger move just down and up. Did not do that. Came down, crashed through, and we've been stuck in here ever since. It's been almost 2 days now. Going on 2 days. So, not the best. Also, welcome to the stream, everybody. Glad to have you guys. So now we are stuck in the bottom section of the trend channel, the bearish side of things. And things are not looking so good. Now, if you're here for Doge, keep in mind, every cryptocurrency, every altcoin in the market right now is following Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the market leader in the crypto space. So if Bitcoin crashes, all of its followers crash. Bitcoin's doing very, very well. Typically, the other cryptocurrencies will also be more on the bullish side than anything, even if their price action kind of varies just a little bit. Unfortunately, though, there's no news going on for Doge or anything like that. So pretty much candle for candle, we're just kind of mocking Bitcoin. And we're also pulled down very, very far because Elon, basically with one or two tweets, sabotaged Bitcoin, crashed the whole market, and now every other cryptocurrency crashed along with it. You can even see here by the moves, here, right? Pretty much the exact same thing going on. It's a very good idea if you're doing your own technical analysis. Do a split screen chart like I have here. Have Bitcoin up, and then your cryptocurrency of choice, and then just compare. And that also means knowing that your cryptocurrency of choice is going to be following Bitcoin, that when you want to figure out what's going to happen next, you need to be doing your technical analysis off of Bitcoin's price action, not your cryptocurrency of choice. And that will let you know what the buy signals are, the sell signals, and what's going to happen next. This music's a little lit, which I don't mind, but when I'm trying to talk, it's kind of distracting me from my own thoughts. Let's go lo-fi just for a minute. Maybe not that lo-fi. All right. There might be something here. We'll see. Hey, good evening, Skydive. Welcome back to the stream. So yeah, that's how you do this. Make sure you're always looking at Bitcoin. To anybody that doesn't know, do your technical analysis off of Bitcoin and then have on the other screen your crypto of choice, just to narrow down exactly what your entry point will be or your sell point on your side. But everything before that should be done on Bitcoin if you want to be looking at it the right way. Don't try and start evaluating patterns on Doge to see what's going to happen next. Looking for bull flags, for bear flags, for head and shoulders, for all of that. Look at that stuff on the Bitcoin side, because no matter what pattern starts to show on Doge, it does not matter, because if Bitcoin decides to go up and it looks like a bear flag's forming or a bearish triangle's forming on the Doge side, I'll tell you one thing, Doge is going to go up. It's not going to go down, okay? So don't distract yourself by looking at your cryptocurrency of choice's price action too much. So anyway, what we see here, we did get down to the bottom, pretty much did all the selling off. We're not really trading sideways yet. As you can see, we're following this trend channel in an upward direction. Of course, going up is usually bullish, but at the end of the day, you need to continue to trend up and then break through the resistance level and actually have a run. Or else this right here doesn't really mean too much. If we do one of these and then start curving down, you know, what does the trend channel up really mean at the end of the day? So yes, this is great, but we need to keep going. The question is, will we keep going? As of this moment, I will say things aren't looking super hot. They aren't looking as bad as they could be, but they also aren't looking as great as they could be. Why do I say that? What's going on, Preezy? Welcome back to the stream, bro. Why do I say they're not looking as great as they could be? Well, first and foremost, there's no reason for us to really be down in this bearish side of the trend channel. There is there. Let me actually change the colors here to make it a little bit easier to look at. We'll make that the blue line. We'll keep the support and resistance, the main ones, the same color here and here. So why do I say that? Well, there's no reason, like I said, to be in the bearish bottom side of the upward trend channel. If we're doing well, we should have been able to stay up here, especially after we broke through once, confirmed that this was the bottom trend line, right? Because we had a equal. If you just take this line away, this is what I'm trying to say, simplified. Use your ray indicator. Click ray, draw a line from the first point to the second point. It'll then extend a trend line for you. You would have seen already by this point, if you had lines drawn across the top of these moves right here, that this bottom channel was parallel to this top channel on its diagonal, on its angle. So you would have seen, all right, we've got a trend here, but it looks like it's split into two. I've got touches here, 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 so on and so forth. Like this picture kind of just paints itself for you. You can see what the overall movement's going to be. Hey, Basesh, welcome back to the stream, bro. So after we got this second rejection here on the trend line and bounced right back up to our top side of the channel and started trending again, there was no real reason for us to come back down, right? We said, okay, we could come down here, but we rejected these lows. There's no reason for us to be down here. We're going to go back up and we're going to stay bullish. So all we had to do was continue going sideways, get to the major resistance level, which I'll actually change the color of that. The major resistance level of 40,000, get there, do a test, maybe fail it once or twice, but then break through and then start a new trend up. That's all we had to do. But instead, we got there once, failed, twice, failed, 3 times, failed. In that, we actually made a head and shoulders, which is also a very bearish pattern in addition to failing to pass 3 times. And so on the way back down, everyone's like, okay, forget this. We're not going to make it. We're probably going to sell off here. Dumped right about here. As we continue to cross this line, I'm sure there was on the smaller time frame some price action you could notice. Let's just take a look. Oh, I went too small of a time frame, I guess. No alerts. Let's just take a look. So yeah, as you can see here, we kind of just treaded a little bit above the support line. week, and then we just kind of fell through. Once we got to the underside of it, once people sold off here, we tried once to get past, didn't make it, tried again, didn't make it, 3 times, that's usually all you get, 3 tests, did not make it, and then after that, and people were like, oh, I guess it's over. Big sell-off here, tried one more time later on, failed, and after that, it was just kind of over. We just traded sideways for a bit, broke through another level of support, and things just ever since haven't been looking so great. Asmo, welcome to the stream. Asmo is one of our most recent members in the Discord group and to the YouTube channel. Really appreciate his support. Is it going to keep going down? Let's see. That's a great question. Let me get right back to that. Basesh just came to say hi. Cryptos are going down for sure. Cryptos are not looking good. You are right, Basesh. Asmo, I am actually getting to your question with this explanation, so just give me probably 30 seconds, and I'll have answered your question along with the flow of this topic here. So that's a greatly timed question there. So we were bearish, broke through the middle support line, the middle trend line here, flipped to the bearish side of the whole move up. Not the worst thing in the world. This trend channel could be going downhill. It is technically still going up, but we did flip from the bullish side of it down to the bearish side. All right, so that part's not great. Now the next thing is, will we hold once we make our way inevitably down to the bottom support line? Right, the bottom support line of the trend channel, will we hold or will we not hold? Now, earlier today, we were coming into this move trying to figure out what would happen. Ignore that line. When I zoom out, it kind of messes up the whole trend channel. I'm trying to get it to fix itself. Okay, there we go. Okay. So earlier, if you just ignore this line, we were just coming down, came through, failed to retest, came down again, tried to make it up, didn't quite make it. Everyone sees that. They're like, all right, we're out of momentum. Probably a time to sell. Double top here. It's probably over. Bunch of selling pressure comes in. We head down inevitably, like we were probably going to anyway, back towards the support trend line. Question here, are we going to hold or not? We try it once. Very, very, very weak. It's not even a rejection, really. It's just a bounce. Very weak, dead, flat bounce here. Barely moved up a couple $100 on the Bitcoin side. Came right back down even harder. Actually flipped under the support line just a little bit. Traded, hugged it a little bit. Moved up very slightly. Not even what I would call a bounce. Again, sold off very hard. Went under it. Did a little bit of a slingshot here. Got a little more buying pressure. And now we're trying to get out of the hole this time. Here's the thing. When you're trying to determine whether or not you're actually going to reverse course or not, usually what happens, and we've talked about this many times if you're in the group and you're familiar with the channel, usually you come down to a support level. Once it's a universally accepted level of support where everybody's like, okay, this is the bottom, and we're all in agreement, everyone that's looking to buy dip hits their buy button at the same time. What does that do? Ends up making the price reject quickly and strongly out of that area because all the buyers buy at the same time because that's what they all consider to be the area of value, the dip that they've all been waiting for. So when you get down here, no one buys the dip. Weak sellers again. No one really buys the dip. Sellers again, pushes you even further down. Couple people are like, oh, maybe this was the dip. Little bit of a steeper move. But even still, it's been 4 hours since here. And we have not really moved but $1,000 on the Bitcoin side. And we've also, if you look really closely, kind of been making lower lows. I mean, lower highs. It's not looking super great. It's not looking as terrible as it possibly could. You could look at it objectively, say we have a bit of a W here. Typically, that could be looked at as a reversal to the upside. All right, but whatever. Patterns aside, that's not really what matters at the end of the day. Looking at the price action, we still look weak. Now, you do not want to look weak at support. Support is where you're supposed to look strong, reverse in the other direction. When you look weak at support, that probably means you're going to run weak. There might be a little bit of a move up here. Probably is going to be weak, come back down, fall through the bottom. That's the way it's looking right now. So not super great for Bitcoin. Now, why do we do all of that analysis of Bitcoin? Again, because Dogecoin, if you're into Doge, XRP, ADA, whatever cryptocurrency you're trading, all the altcoins follow Bitcoin. So if you want to know if your altcoin of choice is going to go up or down, you need to be studying Bitcoin. In this case, we see it looks like it's probably at this rate, right? We don't know what's going to happen next, but at this rate, looks like it's going to continue to be weak, maybe come back down here, fall through the bottom. That would mean Dogecoin is going to go down. So, where will Dogecoin end up if we do go down? How do you figure that out? Look at the next levels where Bitcoin is likely to stop if it does go down. So let's do that right now. Also, welcome to the stream, anybody new. Where is Bitcoin likely to go if it does go down? And we'll do the up as well, because we don't know if it's going to go up or down. But where will it go down and where will it go up to if it goes in either direction? Let's start with down since we think it's most likely just based off what we just said. Well, if you look here, clear, strong rejection wick here. If you look sideways, because now we want to find a horizontal support where the price could stop at. You don't usually look diagonal for that too much. We've already got the line here that we're trying to respect. So we're saying if we fail the diagonal line, where's our horizontal support? Wick here, wicks here, and now the consolidation here, right? So this is actually supposed to be just this general area. We won't make it a perfect line here because it's not going to be absolutely perfect. But this general area where this line is, right around the 33.8 mark, is supposed to be a very, very strong level of support. Multiple touches, and there were touches way back when, okay, even when in the price action you can't see. If you zoomed way out and looked over here, okay. Right around here, you see all this price action? Here, wick, perfect touch there, here, resistance, support, more consolidation. There was plenty of price action at that level in the past, and now there's more recent. So this is actually a key level for Bitcoin. So we expected to see a rejection here, a bit of a curl. That aside, when you also factor in the bottom trend line support, the purple line here that's going up in the upward trend that it's making, that point is crossing at exactly the same moment, exactly where the price action's hitting on the Bitcoin side. So here you have two levels of support that make this level even stronger, which means there is even more of a reason for Bitcoin to get to that point and bounce up, because it's two respected levels of support right here, perfect cross. So this move here, super expected. That being said, when you have two crossing levels of support here that it's bouncing off of, that should be a very strong rejection. Everyone should be in agreement that that's a dip buy opportunity. Price should have just took off like a rocket, not tested 3 times, right? So it's looking bad from that angle. So now, assuming that it won't hold because it's looking so bad, where will we go next to answer the question? If you drop down a little bit here, next area would have been kind of at the bottom of this wick. We kind of already messed with that here. So if we're going to fall through, it'll probably be falling through here as well. We'll probably make a curl to here, maybe do a quick little bounce, fall through. So then, what's next? Because that hasn't told us anything yet. You can see here, bit of consolidation right around the 32.8 mark. Weak support line, so I'm not going to draw that one. And then you've got the rejection wick right here, right around 31,000, and then next stop's about 30,000. Okay, so if we fail here, 31,000 Bitcoins next, and then about 30,000 Bitcoin right after that, $1,000 interval. Question then becomes, where does that put us on Doge? This is why we do the technical analysis on Bitcoin, so that we can just take everything we just said and figure out like what's going to happen in the future. Kind of lets us look into the future a little bit, but then just copy and paste that to the Doge side. So where does that price action movement put us on Doge for the Doge price target? Because most of us here aren't investing in Bitcoin. We're in the smaller coins like Doge, like me. I have no Bitcoin. So let's take a look. If supports here, 33.5 mark, put us at about 28 cents on Doge. That means if we come down to 31, if you just try and eyeball guess it, I mean, if we come down to 31, we could be anywhere between this, like, right around 24 cents. It looks pretty probable. Anywhere from, like, low 25 cents down to maybe like 23.50. You can't guess it exactly because things don't move in a one-to-one scale across different cryptocurrencies. But I will say probably just eyeballing it here, this little box here from 23.50 up to 25 looks like probably around where we'd end up here. Now, keep this in mind. When Bitcoin falls, if you've kind of watched throughout the history over the past couple days, when Bitcoin falls, Dogecoin tends to fall slower. When Bitcoin goes up, Dogecoin tends to go up faster. So it's like Dogecoin is mirroring the movement, but with more of a tendency to go up than down, if that makes sense. So that's why, though this is pretty low, I'm expecting we won't quite get the same length of movement down. So I think we'll catch somewhere in this area a little bit higher. If it was more one-to-one, this box would probably be down a little bit further, 22 to 24. But it's not usually that way. So you have to be just a little more bullish with your guesses on the Doge side. Just looking at how the price typically moves. That's not going to be perfect. Whatever. 23.50 to 25 is my price target for Dogecoin. If Bitcoin doesn't hold here, fails, and heads back down towards 31,000. If Bitcoin ends up going down to 30,000, price target's a little bit lower. I don't think we're going to hit 20 cents again. It's not going to be one-to-one. If we hit 30, if we just go down one more $1,000 on Bitcoin, it is not going to take us down 3 to 4 more cents on Doge, unfortunately. Though we may like to buy that dip, I don't think that's going to happen. More realistically, if we hit 30,000 Bitcoin, yeah, it's going to be very bearish, so we might start to pick up a little bit more speed. But I think that realistically puts us somewhere in like I don't even think we hit 21 cents, honestly. I think that's too much. So let's do this. Anywhere from this box here, which was 23.50, down to like 22 cents. It's going to be very hard to get Dogecoin back to 20 cents and under again. And you got to keep in mind, though Bitcoin is crashing for good reason, because Elon nuked it with one tweet, Dogecoin has no reason to be crashing. It's only following the market leader, okay? So this absolute bottom here was actually more so because of the continued sell-off from SNL event. Yes, Bitcoin then also pulled it down some, but we shouldn't be getting to these lows quite again. Not anytime soon, unless something bad actually happens on the Doge side again. So this is kind of my price prediction: 23.50 to 25 if Bitcoin gets down to 31, and then we'll maybe go down another 1.5 cents if Bitcoin goes down to 30,000. If it goes below that, that's a different story. If Bitcoin starts crashing into the 20,000s, then we might see Doge close to 20 cents. And if Bitcoin really gets down there, like down close to 25,000, that'll probably see Dogecoin in the teens, which is terrifying. I don't think any of us really want that, but that's the way it's shaping up. So that being said, that should allow us to start getting our limit buys ready, setting our price targets, what to expect. All right, now let's just consider the other scenario, because there is also a possibility that Bitcoin, even though it looks terrible right now, does gain some momentum for whatever reason, starts to go up. Where will it go? Well, this one's a little more obvious, because what it should do is just trend in the already drawn channel. So we should be making a move up. There's a slight level here right around 37,000. That's also been a key level for Bitcoin. So wouldn't be surprised to see it mess around here, maybe range. All right, but overall should be heading up to the blue line, coming back, or if we're really strong, rejecting out of there just like we did this time, heading back up to the top purple line, messing around, hopefully breaking out of 40,000 very soon. So when we break out of 40,000 is up to literally everybody that wants to buy Bitcoin, all right? Because all of them are selling and waiting on the sidelines, expecting a big crash. So they're scared to buy in. Whenever they feel comfortable buying in again is when we'll see Bitcoin start to recover, get back into the 40,000s towards like 45, 50, which is, I think, where it pretty safely belongs right now. So yeah, that's the quick 15 to 20 minute lowdown on what we've got going on tonight. what we've got to do at this point overnight is just keep an eye on Bitcoin and just make sure that it's not crashing, okay? Make sure it doesn't look like it's about to crash. It should be very obvious. Bitcoin does this thing. When something's about to crash, if you guys have been here for a bit, you always hear me joking about the pattern that I call the H of Doom, okay? Very obvious bearish pattern that starts to form. You can pretty much see it right here. I'll use a polyline so I can map it out. Basically, there's a pretty nice big sell-off that forms like the stem of the H, and then it starts to recover, but it just slowly loses steam and curls right back over and comes down to the original low, like comes in hot, right back down like a roller coaster fall off. When that happens, usually it's just going to keep going, all right? That's why I've jokingly called this pattern the H of Doom. Okay, it's not really a pattern that has a name to my knowledge, but yeah. Wish I could talk. What I have to say is long. I have a limit order for 40K coins at 25. Hope it goes through. Nice. 40,000 coins at 25 cents. Wow, that's actually a lot. But 25 cents would be a great dip buy. Very, very possible that you can get that dip filled if Bitcoin does crash here. So that would be cool to see that happen. And you would be sitting pretty for the next couple weeks. I will say, just a quick break. If anyone here is looking for an exchange to buy and hold crypto, and you don't want to use Robinhood or Webull, which are my number 1 and 2 recommendations for trading it, if you don't really want to buy stuff with it, because low fees, little to none, fast, easy to use, multiple reasons. But if you want something to like actually physically hold your coins in as physically as you can, I do recommend Coinbase. One, they're going to be letting you buy Dogecoin within the next couple weeks, so that's a big deal. 2, I just signed up to use it, and though the fees can be a little controversial sometimes, there are some ways to work around it. But it's pretty cool. So not only do you get, if you're referred, like a $10 free Bitcoin bonus, but you also can watch videos on all the different cryptocurrencies. Well, it's not all of them, but a lot of the alternative cryptocurrencies that they let you buy, they will offer to give you free money in those cryptocurrencies if you watch videos on what they do and what they're useful for, and then just take like a 1-question quiz at the end. And each video will pay you like $1 to $3 to $5, and they're only like a minute long. So I got like $30 just now learning about cryptocurrencies, which I was going to do anyway. Pretty sweet deal. Coinbase. Referral link in the description. If you click all my links and then find the Coinbase one, if you want to sign up, I do recommend it. It's free to sign up. But yeah, it was just pretty cool. Thought I'd share that. Pretty much $10 referral, cash free, plus you get like another 25 to 30 just for learning about the other cryptos. Takes like 5 minutes each crypto. Pretty cool. I learned a lot. Yeah, hopefully that answered some people's questions. Price target going up is much less important in my opinion than the price target going down. Because like I said, as Bitcoin goes up, we already have our trend channels lined out. So it's just obvious it's either going to go here or it's going to go here and keep messing around. What happens next? Recovery. Recovery back towards where it came from. Just to make things short and sweet. We already know what that means for Doge. Once Bitcoin gets back to mid 40s, close to 50, Dogecoin should also be back in the 40s, heading back towards 50 cents. But really what we're concerned about is if we crash, where does the price go, right? And so hopefully that answered the question for everybody. If not, feel free to ask questions in the chat. And we do have 13 people here watching the stream. Glad to have you guys. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Any questions? Any questionos about the Dogerino? Let me show you real quick what I mean on Coinbase, because I thought this was pretty cool. So you come down here and earn rewards. Okay. Basically, all these different altcoins that you can pick from, Polygon, Amplefort, didn't even know what that was, GRT, Stellars, XLM, Compound, it'll tell you how much you can earn. Earn $10 for learning about lumens. Okay. You click on the video, it'll let you know this one's $2, this one's $2, this one's $2, this one's 2 minutes long. Literally just click on it. Literally just click on it. Start playing it. What is Stellar? It's like a 2-minute video. You watch it, learn about what Stellar is, why their blockchain's different, and whatnot, which is good information if you're into crypto. I had no problem watching these videos. I wanted to actually watch them and hear the actual people explaining why their cryptocurrency is relevant, right? And why it's different. Learned a lot about Ethereum too, so that was pretty cool. Literally a minute and a half, free $2 of stock. Then you click next, same thing. 2 minutes or so, another $2 free of their stock. It's like, okay, yeah, give me the free money. So if you don't even want to use Coinbase and you just want to do that, and I had $75, by the way. Now I have 105 of crypto. So I literally got $30 of free cryptocurrency just from watching, and you can see all the different ones that I just got. I did not buy these, except for Cardano. I got Stellar, $10 of that, $9 a Compound. Uniswap I did already have. I got about $4 of Polygon, about 3 of the Graph, 3 of GRT. Yeah. If you want those free stocks, just sign up for Coinbase and watch the videos. But if you also want an extra $10 of free Bitcoin when you make a deposit, his referral link. Boom. Easy plug. And then I'll also get a little referral bonus. But I thought that was really cool. So even if you don't want to use Coinbase for any other reason, I mean, why not take $25 of free stock from them, in my opinion. But yeah, that's the rundown on the Bitcoin situation. Hey, Alaric, what's going on? Man, you just missed the whole TA. That is unfortunate. I don't think I can repeat it. I think I just talked everyone's ears off. Emacs? Let's see. I don't think so. I don't remember seeing that. Let's do buy. They have a lot, though. So I'm pretty impressed by. What I like, too, is that the user interface is just much easier to look at than Binance US. Binance just overwhelms me as soon as I log in. I'm new to both of these, and so far, I mean, for me, not wanting to devote unnecessary time to things, maybe it's just this point in my life. I used to be really into like, ooh, a complicated interface. Let me figure out. These days, I'm like, okay, I want to buy cryptocurrency. Present me with it. Let me see the buy button so I can go do more important things. Binance US does not let me do that. Coinbase does a much better job with the user interface being user-friendly. No, I don't see EMAC. But yeah, there's a ton of random ones in here. And I know Doge is next, so there's that. It's not in there yet, but it's coming. So that's really why I made the account. Once I heard about their announcement for Dogecoin, I went ahead and just made an account in advance just to try it out. So far, it's interesting. And then you can tie it to the Coinbase wallet, and basically I think you can, for free, send stuff to your wallet and back. So, okay, I'll take it. But basically, Alaric, and welcome guys, welcome to the stream if you're new. It's just a chill stream, play lo-fi or trap, EDM music, and talk technical analysis about Doge. That's really it. But Alaric, we were just saying it looks like, long story short, Bitcoin, if it fails here, because it does look weak, will come down to 31,000 or 30 on Doge. If it's 31,000 on Bitcoin, that will probably be somewhere between like 23.50 and 25 cents on Doge. If it's the 30,000, might be just a little bit lower. So anywhere from like 22 to 25 cents. It's kind of where I see Doge ending up being if Bitcoin fails. No, I haven't heard of Emacs at all. But we'll see here. We're getting like that W pattern. So a lot of times that's a that's a positive sign for a reversal, but you do have to get up on this next leg here. And it's just looking super weak. I currently have no position, by the way. I did sell. I bought. Where did I buy? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. On the Doge side, I did dip buy when I told everybody a potential dip buy was going to be right at 28. I did buy somewhere right around here, 28.50. Kind of rode it up for a cent, and I just noticed it was starting to look not as strong as it should, so I did just cut it for profit, expecting it to mess around too much for my liking. And so I'm sitting on the sidelines now, just waiting for a confirmation of an uptrend from Bitcoin. Right now, I don't have that confirmation. What's Emacs all about, man? Maybe you can enlighten us. Let's check the latest on Elon. They're making one Raptor engine every 48 hours? That is insane. How? That's a big piece of machinery. For a rocket? One booster every 48 hours? That's crazy. I'm curious about the Tesla Powerwall being a move for miners. Just a thought. I don't know if you guys... It's just funny. Ethereum Max. No. Actually, isn't that the coin that's like really, really expensive? No, I'm not sure. It's funny how inappropriate Elon is. Just random, likes memes. Deep thoughts, not thoughts. But then, stupid. T-Rex arms. I'm trying. Anyway. Just checking here, seeing if there's anything new from Elon about Doge. Supposedly will be used for lots of things. Was going to ask you to do some background check on it when you get the free time. See what you think. Yeah. Ethereum Max. Max. What does this have to... Oh. Why is there no clear article on it if it's... Oh, what? Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Why is it called Ethereum Max while it's also this cheap? Friend was telling me to look up Bryce Paul and watch his podcast. Is this valid or would you pass? Oh, wait. Do I know this guy? It looks like he could be valid. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of views, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. But he's just making videos that... Wait, Bitcoin study. Yeah, I mean, he looks legit. The less somebody looks like they're just trying to clickbait people into views and they're actually just trying to inform people like this, kind of reminds me of my own channel, so I tend to trust it a little more. The average consumer's guide to crypto. Yeah, I feel pretty. I haven't watched this video, but something tells me he's not just trying to BS everybody into trying to, pump a coin. So I'd say probably worth at least watching one or two of his videos and seeing what he's about. Let's see. Oh, let's see what he actually had to say about Ethereum versus Bitcoin versus PayPal. Maybe that's interesting.
All right, everybody, Bryce here. An interesting thing happened today. A very interesting thing. And for the first time ever, as Ethereum breaks 20...
Jonathan says, to be honest, or Nick rather, I'm new to crypto and still learning what has value and doesn't. Yeah, I mean, the thing with me, like, I'm not new to trading, and trading crypto is basically the same as trading stocks, except it's actually a little bit easier because there's less, like I always say, there's less variables, less factors, less like fundamentals to consider and whatnot. You just need to know like what the coin is, what it does, if it's actually worth money or not, and then based off the answer to that question, you will figure out your method of trading it. If it's a hype meme thing, you're probably just doing an in and out. Or if it's something with value, maybe you swing trade it instead or something, or invest. Other than that, and it's more volatile, so it's actually a little easier to make money. But yeah, I'm still a little new to the crypto game when it comes to knowing what pretty much every single altcoin does, which ones have value and which don't. I've figured out so far just kind of the formula to what has value and what doesn't. So one thing could be limited supply of coin, but that doesn't necessarily mean that something is going to be valuable, because it only makes it valuable if people like want to buy it, and then there's limited supply. If people don't give a crap about it, like I won't say Shiba, I'll stop hating on Shiba. If people don't give a crap about it and there's a limited supply, doesn't really mean anything for the value. And then just like potential, a lot of these coins are priced off of their potential. Like what can they do? How can they be more advanced? Look at Ethereum with the whole Ethereum network, the potential of the network and what it could mean kind of is what's driving the price of the coin. It's kind of a weird dynamic, but it just seems like a lot of the value comes from something's potential and its use in the crypto space. And then also like its use case when it comes to retail potential coins. But there's not a lot of coins so far that are geared towards the retail space, like becoming the coin of choice for day-to-day transacting, except for Doge, which is trying to fill that little gap there. But I feel like in the near future, there's going to be a lot more coins that come up after Doge does succeed, because I think it's inevitable. There's going to be more coins that are more focused on trying to be a better Doge coin, because Doge is going to become the coin that we want to use to buy clothes at the local store, or buy groceries with, or buy movie tickets or something. And people are going to be like, wait, Doge doesn't really have any competitors for day-to-day transacting. I'm going to try and make a Doge coin, a retail coin that's better. And we're probably going to see a couple of those pop up. But yeah, right now there's just a lot of meme stocks. And then if you actually do that Coinbase thing, actually, even if you don't, I would take a look at some of these, like Polygon, Stellar, Compound, GRT. Very interesting what they actually do. Very, very interesting. Learned a lot from watching those videos, honestly.
$800 per coin. It's a lot of money per coin. It surpassed
I want to see what this guy's about.
market cap of PayPal, the global payments company with over 325 million customers. Ethereum, the small burgeoning network, surpasses it and now has about a 311 or 316 billion dollar market cap, which is astounding, right? I think one of the things that's kind of interesting in context of this is that on the same day that Ethereum surpasses PayPal's market cap, Coinbase kind of comes out with an announcement that their users can buy crypto with PayPal now. So PayPal is now integrated into the Coinbase app. So if anybody's on Coinbase who's having trouble connecting their bank account or connecting their debit card or credit card or whatever, you can use PayPal now on Coinbase. But it's just such an ironic sort of circumstance, right? Because Ethereum is now bigger than PayPal, whereas just a
That's
few
nuts.
years ago, Ethereum and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies were kind of just being laughed at. We're being, just scoffed at by the incumbents, right? By the establishment. And so today feels like a victory lap for guys like me and everybody in the
Ethereum being bigger than PayPal is insane. Keep in mind how long PayPal's been around and how long PayPal was the market dominant like digital payment method for anything online. Starting with like really becoming popular as and not really starting with this, but just knowing like eBay, for example, before Amazon, if you'd ever buy something on eBay, you didn't want your card information just out there, you'd probably use PayPal to transact. And still to this day, they usually do it through PayPal. But PayPal's been here for so long. And wasn't that one of Elon's companies, like the one he started with, that he sold? And that was like one of his beginning companies, Elon Musk, PayPal? I think I'm thinking of the right billionaire. yeah, it was Elon. So it's been around for that long. And Ethereum is worth more than PayPal as a company already. That's crazy.
Crypto world, we're all kind of celebrating that now PayPal, not only is it smaller than Ethereum, which is now the second biggest cryptocurrency, but it's finding every way possible to allow its customers to get exposure to cryptocurrency and to buy crypto and transact it, right? And so we're starting to see just this.
I also just saw in a Google search that Elon Musk, his net worth is $156.5 billion. Jesus.
This overall shift, and it's very bullish for cryptocurrency. The other thing I'll note while I have you guys is that the volume-weighted average price of Ethereum in terms of Bitcoin from the peak of this ratio, which peaked out in June of actually 2017. It has basically meant that.
Yeah, this guy seems legit. He's not trying to like BS or anything. He's not trying to hype for views. He's literally just talking factual information and showing charts. Nothing against him at all. Good stuff. Huh. I'll drop him a sub.
The market has been a net seller.
See what's going on the Doge side. I like to sometimes just take a couple minutes and see what other people are saying, other than myself, and check that out with the stream. See, he's not doing like any of this. $1, $5, $25. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Let's see what this is about to say. Let's just prepare ourselves and see what this is about to say. Okay.
Considering the fact that the market is running a bit low nowadays, some might think it's not the best time to buy the dip. But little you should know that it is indeed the perfect time.
I forgot to check back on actual price action. Okay, absolutely nothing's happening. Cool. Just making sure.
Welcome to Facts. We create videos about finance.
Do they have to spell it like that?
CFD and other exciting investment topics. Also, we're giving away.
Welcome to the stream, everybody. Just watching some Doge content and kind of reacting to it, talking about it.
Subscribe and comment on your favorite.
We've already done technical analysis of the Bitcoin and Doge chart. We'll go back there if there's anybody here that was not here for that, just for the new viewers that popped in. But right now, just going over some Doge stuff, reacting, discussing.
Dogecoin in the comment section below. Today, we'll look into various potential catalysts which might start acting up in favor of the coin. And most importantly, 3 things that will happen to Dogecoin very soon. So hang on tight, because we will see a potential shining star in the name of Dogecoin through this roller coaster market.
All right.
Now, let's get into it.
Skydive and Stank. Skydive was here. I don't know where Stank is at, though.
Dogecoin, the meme of the year, was seen to jumpstart from trading at 6 cents to hit a high at 73 cents in just a matter of 3 months.
All right, get to the
As
point, buddy.
expected and predicted by professionals, the coin did show some high momentum initiated movements. However, since it reached its all-time highs, the coin seems to be not doing pretty well. It has been trading at red for the past 4 days, but for a change, at the current moment, the coin is trading green by 8.27%.
Do you want to explain why that is?
However, trading red was nothing odd because not just for Doge, but the entire crypto market has been down for a while now, starting from the point Bitcoin came down. Since its inception in 2013, Dogecoin has gained enormous popularity. The coin has come a long way, from being recognized as a meme coin to achieving the worth of being
Doge.
called a real-world currency. It is said that the Dogecoin community is strong, and the most never failed to take Doge's side, achieved vast public attention
Hey, that's my thumbnail
because
photo.
of its origin. New-faced coin.
One that I've used. Used it yesterday.
To the existing strong community, the coin received a lot of love and popularity over time. A legit TikTok trend started in 2020.
All right. Thought we were gonna a 10-minute documentary on why we're gonna hit $5. Come on, bro. With the history of Dogecoin. Come on, bro. Anybody watch this yet? Pro the Doge's new video. I watched part of it, but I wanted to watch it on stream with everybody. If not, let's take a look. Pro the Doge, see what he has to say about is Dogecoin over? Keep in mind, this guy has been diamond handing Dogecoin for a while now. Started with like a less than $200 investment. Went up to like $3 on the good old day of SNL when it was close to 75 cents. And he has not sold. He does not plan to sell unless some very particular circumstances are met. So it's always interesting to see what this guy has to say, whether or not he has the technicals down of how to trade and whatnot. So let's see.
What's going on, guys? Pro the Doge here. And
Pro the Doge.
Today we're talking about Dogecoin, as if we don't always talk about Dogecoin, right? But today's special because I feel like we've just reached what I like to call the consolidation station, right? So pretend like we're all on the shuttle and we're all going to the train station.
The
And we
consolidation
pull up,
station.
And it's consolidation station. So this is what I mean by that. Let's rewind time again. I'm not going to do the rewind thing, but let's go back 2 months ago when I first went all in on Dogecoin, right? It was about...
Yeah, 10 mil. Yeah, he said he won't sell until he reaches 10 million. If he does reach 10 million, he will only see 1 million. He would only sell 1 million of the 10 so that he can like survive and buy a house or whatever. And that he'll keep the other 9 in Doge. He said either when Dogecoin hits $2.50 per Doge, which is when he would have 10 million, or after at least a year minimum time frame. So it would have to be sometime next year, even if he does sell before it's 10 mil. And I think that gets to like capital gains and all that stuff.
Close to 5 cents. And I thought it was going to shoot up soon after. Sure enough, it did shoot up to 9 cents, but that wasn't the rise that I was looking for. That same rise that I saw from a penny to 8 cents.
Yeah, anybody in the stream, to Lark's point, where are you guys chilling at with your positions in Doge? Just wondering, like, where'd you buy in, or are you waiting to buy a dip or something? Feel free to share in the chat.
That wasn't the rise from 5 to 9. That didn't make any sense to me. I figured the rise would be from 5 cents to 15 or 5 cents to 20 cents or something along those lines. So I knew it hadn't happened yet, right? And sure enough, what happened instead? It came back down from 9 cents to 7 a little bit, stayed at 6 for a little bit, and back down to 5. And then it stayed at 5 for about 2 months. So, history repeats itself. There are trends that you have to look out for, and this is one of them. So if you're seeing Dogecoin right now at about 30 cents, give or take a few cents, for a few days now. This didn't just happen. It was at like 50 cents yesterday and now it's at 30 cents. No, this has been going on for a few days now. And I'm really getting the vibe that this is where we're going to consolidate at until the next rise. So if Dogecoin is about 33 cents right now, buy it. If it's about 34 cents right now, buy it. 35 cents, buy it. If
He
it goes
said it, not
under
me.
30 cents, that's when you really go in and start really buying in. Because that's what I did within those 2 months. That's what I did when it hit 5 cents exactly, because it was sometimes it was at
36
like
average. That's pretty good.
5.2 cents, 5.3 cents, 5.4 cents. But every once in a while it would drop back down to 5 cents, and a few times it dropped even under
Are you still waiting for a dip to like 0.245? Was it? I can't remember where you said you drop another 10,000.
5 cents. And that's when I bought in. I bought in about 3,000 coins at 4.8 cents, 4.9 cents. So those were the coins that I bought on Kraken, which is a different app, because I started buying on other apps after realizing that on Robinhood I wasn't allowed to move crypto in and out. So I started moving on to other platforms. So I bought about 3,000 coins off of Kraken and moved it to my Coinbase wallet. And it was roughly about 4.8, 4.9 cents at that time. So I was able to buy 60,000 coins for $3,000. Mind you, I was trying to get to 100,000 coins, which just required another $2,000, and I figured I had time. So I had no idea how long this consolidation was
Whoa.
gonna last for.
Whoa. I don't know if you guys looked at this screenshot, okay? First and foremost, the more obvious part. This was from the past, right? Screenshot from the past. He had bought 59,000 Doge, and at the time, about 60,000 Doge was only $3,000. At this point, 60,000 Doge is worth way more than that. When it was 50 cents, this would have cost $30,000, which means now this is probably like $20,000 worth of Doge. So that's crazy. But then, just look at what Coinbase was offering you as far as interest on your crypto investments and your investment into crypto. Up to 29.5% interest on your crypto. Absolutely crazy. That was the time to get involved. Can you imagine earning 25%? Right now it's like the max on certain like unusual coins that are really trying to incentivize you is like close to 7%. But usually it's closer to like 3 to 5, a little more normal. 29.5. Wow.
To 100,000 coins, which just required another $2,000.
Sorry to keep pausing, but comments are rolling in. If it hits 20%, you're all in. Okay, I was wondering what your number was. 50K coins at 0.346. Made some good and bad moves along the way. Have learned from you. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that, Ray. Very, very glad. Jonathan says 28 cents, 14,232 coins. That, man, you really got the dip there. That is a great buy-in, man. Respect. How to look for trends. To be patient. Yes, 25. The pantry. This thing is disappointing me now. Yeah, I mean, this is the unfortunate thing about market crashes, right? And sometimes, I mean, it just is disappointing in general. Market crashes are disappointing in general. Thank Elon Musk. Keep in mind how great we were doing until Elon said, I'm suspending Tesla from accepting Bitcoin. We were doing just fine. We were sitting at 50 cents, wondering if we would get lucky enough to get a 45-cent dip, saying, oh, that probably won't happen. Then Elon blasts out a tweet, crashes the entire cryptocurrency market for what's been like a week now, a week plus. Very unfortunate, but when there is a market crash, this is just what happens. All of your accounts, especially if you had a high cost averages compared to where you end up, they read negative. You either have to average down, cut and buy a dip, or just sit there and look at your account be negative for a little couple days or weeks. It really does suck, but once we recover, as long as you stayed on the right side of things, traded properly, took advantage of the scenario, you will be a very happy person as long as you wait it out, stick it out to the end. Ray, am currently down 5K. Expected to recover some starting Tuesday. I do too. Gilbert, I think, yeah, this weekend, the way it's shaping up, not looking so great. I'm hoping on Monday we'll get some additional trading volume on the buying side. just because, yeah, great point, Skydive. That's exactly right. I'm hoping on Monday we get some additional buying volume because the stock market is going to be closed on Monday. If there's anyone that isn't so into like the holidays, and if if the traders, some of them aren't really looking for a day off, they want to find a money making opportunity, they don't care to not work on Monday, Memorial Day, they might look to the crypto market to day trade for the day, which could cause us to see a spike in volatility in some of these altcoins, and maybe even Bitcoin if they're doing large size. Because if you've got a $100,000 account, you could easily take advantage of the $1,000 to $5,000 moves of Bitcoin, do a couple scalps, and have your whole month made, you know? So they'll be able to find some trades if they really want to. And I'm hoping on Monday, most of those trades will be long and might bump us up a little bit. And then that'll be a nice start. Give us a little bit of upward momentum going into Tuesday through Friday. But I'd count on seeing a little bit of action on Monday. But I think tomorrow's going to be a rough day. Tomorrow will probably be rough, especially the way that Bitcoin is kind of setting us up right now with all this weakness at support again. Very high chance it could fail this line again and not reject. And yeah, tomorrow should be interesting. Gilbert, almost 50%. Gilbert says, still holding firm, set limit orders for 27, 24.80, 22.3. Those are very, very specific numbers, Gilbert. Just curious, how'd you get to those numbers? And it sounds to me like you took a look at the chart and saw something. Just let me know what that was. Especially the 0.223. That's incredibly specific, and I have to know why. Skydive says, I'm not worried. Sheets, Apple, Coinbase, and Robinhood adding the wallets. It will recover. Exactly. Listen to Skydive. For those of you that don't know exactly what she's talking about, Sheets, actually, let's just look at this together. Sheets made an announcement on Thursday that it will begin accepting Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, and Litecoin for payment at the Sheets gas stations. Sheets has over 622 gas stations around the United States. Sheets is big. Sheets is great. I've been to Sheets. There is one near where I'm at. Not extremely close, but there's one near it. And I don't know if you've ever been to like a QT's gas station, but it is pretty similar to that. Some people would prefer the Sheets. So yeah, pretty big deal that they're letting you accept this crypto as payment. That's one piece of good news. 2, Apple is looking for people in the crypto space to join their finance department. What does that mean? Apple's probably trying to figure out a way to take advantage of the crypto momentum and accept payments via crypto. Have to assume one of those will probably be Doge. Coinbase, in 6 to 8 weeks at this point, it's probably like 4 to 6 weeks. Coinbase will be adding Doge to their rotation and letting you buy and sell and trade Dogecoin on the Coinbase exchange. Coinbase is one of the, if not the biggest exchange right now. So massive news. We'll see a run up from that, from the news, and then from the actual post event after the dip. And then Robinhood adding the wallets. To me, what I've been saying, everybody, Robinhood adding crypto wallets will probably give us one of the biggest moves. And I think people are really sleeping on the move that we could get. Because really think about how this works. When currently on Robinhood, which is one of the highest volume locations of Dogecoin trading, most of that trading happens on Robinhood's exchange. And it's just very obvious. When Robinhood goes down, the price action pretty much halts. When Webull goes down, the price action slows down a little bit, but it's pretty much Robinhood where all the Doge stuff is going down, right? Why does Robinhood wallets imply a price increase on Doge? Well, if most of the trading of Doge is happening on Robinhood, all that people can do is buy Doge to sell Doge. You can't buy Doge to hold Doge, because on Robinhood, you cannot take your crypto that you bought and actually do anything with it. You can't put it in your own wallet to make a purchase with it somewhere. You just can't. You're basically buying the right to own a coin that there's physically no way for you to own. So really the only reason that people trade Dogecoin on Robinhood is to try and make a profit by trying to buy it low and eventually sell it high. No matter what you say, that's literally all you can do. There's no point of having 1 million Dogecoin in your account on Robinhood at this day and time because you can literally not use it for anything. The only reason you're going to have it is so that one day the price goes up and you can sell it. Now, that's going to change once they initiate the Robinhood wallet, because then you can buy Dogecoin. The same people that are creating all of the Dogecoin trading volume will be able to buy Dogecoin still, but instead of with the intention to sell it, it can then be with the intention to pocket it and go spend it. So what that does, same amount of buying volume, if not more, because more people will start to use Robinhood now that they have wallets. People that are using Coinbase, Binance, and all those other complicated things will probably migrate, especially to the lower fees of Robinhood. So more buyers and less sellers, because there's going to be just the same or more amount of people to buy Dogecoin, but now they have the option to not sell it and pocket it and spend it. So that means the price will just tend to start to go up even higher because there's more buying pressure, less selling pressure. I don't think really anybody is talking about that too much, but you have to keep that in mind. And that's going to be a huge thing. Whether or not the price runs up near announcement or on announcement, just watch what happens post announcement. Naturally, the price will start to go up. Big deal. And that really goes for any cryptocurrency that Robinhood supports. But the thing is, most of the cryptos that Robinhood supports, people are not going to be buying to buy stuff with. I mean, what are you really going to be buying with a Bitcoin except for Teslas, which we know how that's going. Bitcoins are worth so much money. People really don't buy Bitcoins to buy a piece of bubble gum. What are you going to buy with Ethereum? Probably, I don't know. It's just a weird thing to buy to try and buy something with. Doge is made to be the retail coin, with the price being relatively low, with it being user friendly, with the whole model, the name, everything. You see where I'm going. Scott says if it goes to 25, I'm buying in 5,000. 20, another 5,000. Going to be in it to win it. I like that. It's a good game plan. That's how you average down, by the way, guys. Skydive's got the secret sauce. She's got it figured out. She's not all inning at 28 cents because it might be the bottom, and then price goes down to 20 and she doesn't have any more cash. She's like, I'm cool where I'm at, but if it does go down, I've got 5,000 for that, and if it goes real far down, I got a whole nother 5,000 for that. That's a discipline right there. Invu, what's going on, man? Alaric, I'm not buying back until I feel comfortable. Lost way too many coins the past few trades. Fair. Sometimes it's just, once you notice things are starting to go poorly, it's sometimes just chill time. I had a couple of those experiences recently. Not every trade goes perfect. And once enough trades start looking a little ugly, I'm just like, all right, that's enough for me. We'll just wait. Happens to the best of us. Scott, if I'm thinking tomorrow is the day, yeah. Not satisfied with 28. Alaric, if I buy in at the number I stated, my average will be 28. It's a great point. 25, think of it this way, all right? Where did we just come from? 50 cents. What is half of 50 cents? 25 cents. If you can get anywhere remotely close, like very close to 25 cents, once we recover, your money will be doubled. If your average is 25 cents, once we get back to 50, your money will be doubled. If your average is 28, once we get back to mid 50s, your money will be doubled. Then if we hit reach close to our previous highs, which was like 70, your money will be almost tripled. And then once we get to $1, it'll be almost 4 times. So just keep that in mind. 28 is actually a really good number. 28 is my sweet spot dip buy. If I miss everything else, I would love to be in at 28 cents. 25 to me or less is like perfect, but 28, if I could pick any number, that's like the highest number I would prefer to be in at. 29 and higher is, I mean, it's a great average, but if I could get 28 or lower, that to me is sweet. Seriously, I'm not saying that because you guys just said 28. I was thinking about it earlier. And I was mad because I got in at 29. I'm like, man, I wish I had 28. 1 more cent down. And then it dropped, and I was even more mad. Tomorrow, which is today for me, we will start to see something. Yeah, I think so too. Rodrigo, what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to the stream. People are speculating Bitcoin under 20K. What do you think about that? Everybody is speculating something different. I don't like to speculate too much because at some point, speculations just become random guesses, right? Because everybody can't be speculating all these random prices based off random stuff. To me, speculations sometimes become just random guesses. Everybody's kind of throwing a number out there and hoping that they're right so that then they can make a video about being right. I'm trying my best not to speculate too much. I'm just looking at the price action, seeing what seems logical. There's not a whole lot of fundamentals behind what's going on right now. We would not be at Bitcoin 29,000, 30,000 if Elon didn't send that tweet out. Yes, we were due for a pullback because Bitcoin had been on a bull run for months. But other than that, Elon calls the market crash. There were some other things going on too, sure. But, the speculation, here's the thing. If we reach 20,000, it's going to be because everyone at this point is putting the 20,000 number in their head. And I think, they're kind of speaking it into existence in the same way that we kind of spoke Doge into existence. They're speaking the market crash dip number into existence. I'll be on like Weeble, for example, reading the chat, and everybody's just like, oh, this thing's going down to 25,000. And then everybody's just like snowballing off that idea. Oh yeah, 25,000, 25,000. And all these people, because they're all as a group making themselves believe in 25,000, guess what's going to happen? They're not going to buy until they see 25,000, which means now the buying pressure is weaker, and the buying pressure is only going to pick up if the dip falls down to 25,000, because you're like speaking it into existence. Everybody that gets convinced that it's not going to stop till then, all those buyers are going to sit out, which means selling pressure will overwhelm buying pressure until the price goes down that low. That's kind of what's happening here. So if they're speculating it, there is a chance that it will drop that low. If, they're making videos about it, preaching it to other people, and those people are believing it and aren't going to buy because of it. But other than that, I see no reason for Bitcoin to go to 20,000 at all. During the pandemic, I guess maybe that was a little bit of a different story. We were in a different world. And we're still technically in the pandemic, but when everything was down, the market was crashed and everything was worth like 2 pennies. But right now, I see no reason for Bitcoin to be worth less than 20,000 per coin. It's kind of crazy. Because, look at the chart. Look at Bitcoin doing absolutely nothing still. Good boy. I'm impressed. When was the last time Bitcoin was 20,000? November. Basically December. Why would it go back down to that price? Look at how far down that is. To me, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, okay, so from December, we had all these runs, pullbacks, run, pullback, run, major pullback, consolidation, run, pullback, run, pullback, run, pullback, run, pullback, run, pullback, run, pullback, major pullback, another run. And then, in 1 week, let's just go all the way back to December and forget about all that. I don't know. I don't see why people are so set on 20,000 or less. To me, that's just crazy. That's like saying right now Tesla's $600, and because they have a bad announcement that I think Tesla's going to go to like $50. It's just like, okay, but why? They're not that worthless. Your original buy. Have you heard about Ethereum Max? They were just talking about that, Kelp. They were just asking about that. Alaric was. Let me start the lo-fi back. Actually, I wanted to watch this video. Original buy-in was 49 cents. I'm new to crypto, so you gave yourself a $1,200 budget to play with and learn. After Mariano teaching me, I got it averaged down. Now I feel more comfortably to really invest. Nice. Love to hear it. $100 increments, so not too bad. Still learning. Cool. Glad I can help you invest. Not financial advice, by the way. But yeah, I do hope you make big money by the end of this. So far, it looks like you will. Logan Paul and Mayweather are going to actually be using Ethereum Max. That's what it looked like. Yeah, big money skydive over there. Yeah, Kelp, on that website I was just on, it said something about them accepting that for the event. It said that Ethereum Max was the preferred crypto for that event. Sounds interesting. Apparently, it's listed on CoinMarketCap. No. Where was it? Wow. All right, I lost my tab. I don't know. I don't actually know anything about Ethereum Max. I hadn't even heard of that till Lark said it. So I'm gonna actually have to look that one up. I didn't know it existed. I don't ever see it listed anywhere. Like, where can I even buy Ethereum Max? I don't know. So I'll have to look that one up. For sure. Yeah, that looks great, doesn't it? Oh yeah, Bitcoin, you're looking good, bro. Looking better than ever. Oh yeah. You're looking great. Just go ahead and crash. It's okay. Don't be scared.
And I figured I had time. So I had no idea how long this consolidation was going to last for. It could have been 1 month. It could have been 2 weeks. It could have been 2 months. So let's learn from history, folks. If you could go back in time, first week of February, and bought in when I bought in at 4.5 cents, or even at 5 cents, 5.5 cents, 5.7 cents, you would have bought in. Some people get too caught up in a few cents here and there. Let's say it's at, right now, let's say it's at 34 cents, right? And everybody's like, oh, I'm waiting on that 28, waiting on that 27. In the big picture, it really doesn't make a difference, right? Because if you look back, it didn't make a difference if I bought it at 4.5 cents or 5.5 cents. That's a whole cent difference. That doesn't make a difference now to where it's at. So don't be afraid to get it at 33 cents or 34 or 35 cents. And don't hold off and wait for the 25 cents or 26 or 20.
He said it, not me. Actually, let's just rewind one more time. Okay.
5 cents. That's a whole cent difference. Make a difference, right? Because if you look back, it didn't make a difference if I bought it at 4.5 cents or 5.5 cents. That's a whole cent difference. That doesn't make a difference now to where it's at. So don't be afraid to get it at 33 cents or 34 or 35 cents. And don't hold off and wait for the 25 cents or 26 or 27 cents to buy in, because that might not happen. Okay? But we've seen it touch 30 cents recently. So it's possible that I can go under 30 cents. But this is about where it's going to be dormant for a little while. So this is when you buy in. So many people would have called me crazy going all in at 4.5 cents and said, oh, it's going to drop to 0. Oh, it's going to drop to 2 cents. And then it didn't do anything for 2 months, right? It was around 5 cents for 2 months, right? It didn't do nothing, right? A lot of people left. A lot of people gave up on Dogecoin and bounced because they didn't have patience. So if you want a lesson on patience, please go watch The Story of Diamond Hands, where I teach you patience and I explain the trials and tribulations that I went through when it came to the stock market and picking stocks and trying to scalp and trying to time the market. Don't do any of that, okay? So those 2 months that it took for it to go from 5 cents to 48 cents, now we're at 30 cents. It could last us a month. This consolidation phase could last us a month. It could last us 2 months. It could last us 3 months. It doesn't matter. You want to buy Doge when the hype is done. You want to buy Doge when nobody's talking about it anymore.
Hey, Andrew, I'm not trying to get locked up. Nor am I trying to see Skydive find my house when she's down like 75%. They only love you during the good times. Then when the market crashes hard, they're like, Mariano, you told me to average down.
You want to buy in when it's just chilling. You don't want to buy in when everybody...
This guy's... Okay, I don't agree with everything that he says because keep in mind, he's not some like professional trader. He basically got lucky with an investment. He said he did his due diligence, saw a pattern, all in based off it. But the way he all in, super risky, and you can't really recommend to anybody. Also going into debt, maxing out credit cards, everything to buy as much Doge as possible. If Doge did not work out, you know where you live? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If you know where I live, that's not good. If Doge did not work out for him, he'd probably be in quite the situation right now, trying to pay off all his debt, okay? He had some failed attempts at things before, some that worked out, but I mean, he was in the GameStop, the AMC, YOLOing, okay? And this was his all or nothing move. If he was wrong, he would have lost basically everything, okay? So I don't necessarily listen to his trading advice, but what he's saying here is true, okay? What he's saying here is true. And this is why I've been saying, if you think, based off your technical analysis, there's going to be a clear opportunity to buy a certain dip, by all means, set your limits or just be patient and wait for it to come down. If you are only kind of sure, like, oh, maybe it'll come down, maybe it won't, maybe you just scale in. Get a decent dip. Don't be too greedy. If you see a good dip at, like, let's just say 31 cents, and that's where you're at, and you're not sure it's going to go much lower, but it looks good, you would be satisfied with the 31 cent average. Maybe put like 50% in or something, and then set your limit for whatever your actual target would be in a perfect world. Wait for it to come down to you. But the point is, you don't know exactly... Consider it for entertainment purposes only. Me and the squad will be coming for you. Oh, God. Yo, Skydive Advantage. Hold up. I thought we were cool. You threatened my boy. I'm after your nuts, boy. Hey, Kelp. Hey, finally, I got some support. I don't feel so alone anymore. But basically, the thing is, we don't know when. We don't know exactly when. We can only look at charts. We can only watch other people's YouTube videos, whether it's mine, whether it's other YouTubers, other streamers, analysts, whatever, and take their best guesses based off what they think or what they see, and think based off that of when things will flip in reverse. We don't know when the Bitcoin buyers will say, all right, enough, let's put our money in. We don't know when the whales will say, okay, this looks low enough, it looks stable, guys, drop your $2 billion back into Bitcoin, and then we see Bitcoin spike $10,000 and yank Doge up in the whole market with it. We don't know exactly when those things will happen, because some of the things you just cannot predict. You just can't. You can't predict really when the retail traders will feel comfortable going back in. You can try and take your best guesses, knowing that usually they feel comfortable at support levels, and that's why supports are formed, because emotionally people say, oh, that looks like the right moment. That looks like it'll probably be the lowest. That looks like that's the dip to buy. Based off doing a little analysis, that buying there feels right. And so everybody feels the same way about that. But you don't know. Sometimes those levels are not 100% accurate. We saw a dip a couple days ago that got bought up at like the weakest support level of all the different options. It was like Bitcoin 35,000, 32, 30, and then like 27. And they bought it at the 31,000 mark, right in between the two, where there was only like one touch before that. The most unlikely point for Bitcoin to reverse that, it did. And that's where people happen to buy. technical analysis said they shouldn't have bought there, but that's where they bought. You can't really predict everything. So when the institutions decide to go back in, when the shorts decide to stop shorting and to start to cover, when the retail traders decide to start buying back in, when Elon decides to drop a tweet out of absolutely nowhere and the market quickly corrects, you don't want to not be in already because you're trying to greed for like 2 cents. If any of these prices back when Dogecoin was 40 to 50 cents would have made you absolutely happy to have your average here, think about it that way. Because if it recovers and you're not in because you were trying to greed for like a 19-cent dip, what would you, I like to think of like in the future, how will I feel? So if we went to 40 cents tomorrow, what price would I have wished my average was, like at the absolute highest? Maybe that's like 33 cents. Maybe if it was like going to be 37 or higher, I wouldn't feel so bad once it hits 40 or 50. Okay, everybody has a different answer to that question. But basically, while you're down here, while we're in the dip zone, consolidating with all the time in the world, make sure you're at least getting in at, not financial advice, by the way, make sure you're at least getting in at points that you're comfortable at, right? Maybe it's not your perfect dip buy price. Maybe your perfect dip buy price is 24. But if you would love a 28 cent dip, don't pass on the 28 cent because you're waiting for the 24. Or don't pass on the 26 because you love a 23. Because what if we never hit? What if you miss out completely? So that's what I've been trying to think of it. You know, that's why I don't like to be out for very long. Even though chasing the bottom can be fun, it's not fun when I see a message in the Discord group saying, Elon tweet, and then I switch off Bitcoin and I check the Doge and it's up 15 cents and I'm not in. Like, that's not the fun part. So just make sure you're not being too greedy. Like, I do teach you guys to be, like Zip Trader says, trade like spoiled brats. We only want the best entries, the best setups. I just got here. I'm closing. Keep it intriguing. Okay. DCA, baby. Yeah, we only want the best setups, the best entries, the best dips. But sometimes, if you see a great opportunity, even if it's not perfect, if it's amazing or it's great or if it's really good, it's all right to just kind of take it. Or at least just average into that. Maybe scale into that so you don't miss out.
He's talking about it and it's going to 75 cents and it's people are like, oh, it's going to hit $1. It's going to hit $1. My last video was about that.
But of course, if you don't feel comfortable, by all means, don't buy. So at the end of the day, you should feel comfortable about your trades. And if there's a hunch saying now is not the time, still, even all those things being considered, don't buy in because someone else recommends you to. Don't buy in because someone else says that looks like the dip. Okay, because if they're wrong, it's your money at the end of the day, not mine, not Skydive's, not Advantage's, not anybody in the chats. So you have to be happy with your own trades. And none of us are losing your money. And when you lose your money and you can't pay your bill because of it, we ain't going to be here.
My last video
to keep it 100.
Be fearful when others are greedy. Be greedy when others are fearful. You know, if everybody's getting greedy wanting to buy in at 60 cents, 70 cents is going to go to $1, don't buy in. You should buy in when nobody's talking about it, which is when? Right now and within the next few weeks. So now I'm going to transfer over into some graphs and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. And then I'm also going to compare it to what Bitcoin did and Ethereum did around the same time. So stay tuned. Okay, guys, so this is an app that I like to use when I look at graphs. It's called TradingView on the App Store.
Says
if you
not
check it out,
Envu.
trust me, I am not being paid by them to tell you guys this.
We're coming for him when we make bank to take him out to dinner. Oh, I would like that. I appreciate that. That's a kind thought.
I just know everyone's going to ask me.
We all know that's not what you meant, though, but I'll take it.
What chart is this thing using? So TradingView, go check it out. Any case, here is a graph of Dogecoin, as you can see here, 1st of February, right? And you can see where it consolidated, right? So January 18th, I find out about Dogecoin January 27th when I put in $40, right? And then the crazy little spike, not a little spike, the crazy spike from 1 cent to 8 cents happens. And then that's what piqued my interest. And I started looking into Dogecoin. Then it went all the way back down to 2 cents and then started going back up 2, 3, 4, 5. And it stayed around 5, as you can see, for 2 months. and did nothing for 2 months until, as you can see here, April 5th is when it started to go crazy, right? And guess what? This is going to happen again. So let me pull up in comparison Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we can compare it to Doge, right? So BTC right here, this is Bitcoin.
The only thing that's a little inaccurate with the way he's coming at this is that when this happened the first time, when there was a move up and then a consolidation for a period of time, followed by another steep move up, the consolidation period had nothing to do with a market crash, okay? So this scenario is completely different than what he's trying to relate it to. But keep in mind, the overall concept is the same because, yes, after the consolidation, there was the steep correction. And yes, after the market crash is done crashing and is done being down this low, as we start to correct, we'll see the same overall move here where we're at a low price steady for a period of time, consolidating like now, and then once the market corrects, we will skyrocket just like then. But that's just a different scenario because there was no market crash. The price was just consolidating because it was, and then it took off because it did. It had nothing to do with a market crash correction. So different scenario, but same thing's going to happen, so you can still look at it kind of the same way. Basically, just
Same
don't miss your
percentage.
opportunity.
And I also want to get Ethereum. Same percentage scale, right? All right, so check this out. Look at what Bitcoin did while Doge was consolidating, right? Bitcoin stayed
3,587%.
pretty much the same all the way through. And Ethereum went up a little bit. See that? Went up a little
Hey,
bit.
what's
But
up,
look at what
Kyle?
Doge
Welcome to the
did.
stream. Welcome
Boom,
back.
Boom, boom, boom. Which means
Thank
what?
you all for the likes tonight.
This
I
came all
appreciate
the
that.
way down, just like last time we went down to 5 cents and stayed there for like 2 months. This time it came all the way down, and it took a lot longer to find the floor and actually consolidate. But we found it at about 30 cents, which is what I believe. So that 30 cents could last 2 months. That 30 cents could.
Doge is mooning. Doge is looking at the moon from the ground. Yeah. Doge is looking at the moon from the ground. It is stargazing from the field. It's not up there yet, though. Do I see it being around 3 months of consolidation again? You would think no with all the big moves. No, I definitely don't. Not at all. I don't see a world where that's possible. I think there's going to be a huge buy-in from the whales and big investors on Monday to get in before Tuesday's opening bell. Yeah, maybe so. It did move up a little. Kyle, I'm just playing. Yeah, it did move up a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, I think Monday we're going to see some activity that people aren't expecting, and then this week we should hopefully start to see some correction Tuesday through Friday. But to answer your question, do I think it'll be 3 months of consolidation? No, definitely not. Reason being, if we were at like 45, 50 cents-ish Doge, and there was just not really any news going on, yeah, sure, I could see 3 months of consolidation. I could see that before another move, because there's just no reason to go up or down. But right now, we're only down here, like we said, because Elon's tweet crashed Bitcoin, and Bitcoin falling crashes the market because everything follows Bitcoin. Every crypto follows the big dog. It's the market leader. All it takes is a recovery on Bitcoin's side because it's oversold right now. Bitcoin still, it's not worth $30,000. It shouldn't be this low. Maybe 40 on a bad day. Probably 40 to 45 average if we're just taking away all the bullishness, right? Maybe 45,000. Maybe not 55, 60 like it just was. Let's just say 45. Mariano's TA plus Wyckoff method equals money. Hey, cool. Glad you guys are making it. Maybe 45,000 average price for Bitcoin. For Bitcoin, no bullishness included. All right, just neutral. That drags, like I said, that automatically drags Doge up as soon as Bitcoin corrects by like 10 to 15 cents. So we already get out of the hole quickly. Now, the question is, do you think Bitcoin will stay crashed at 30 to 35,000 for the next 3 months? In my opinion, definitely not. This is just an overreaction, because every reaction, every big move is technically an overreaction. There's then always a correction. There's always fluctuation in the stock market. Something goes up, it's like, oh, that was an overreaction, tends to come back down. And then if something goes too far down, and that's why you get the up and down moves. So right now we're on the bottom swing of the down move, which means we are now waiting for the upward swing to wherever that will be. Maybe it'll be to like 50, 54. Then it'll probably come down to like 40. And then it'll go back up to 50. There's going to be moves. We're not going to stay down here on Bitcoin. Definitely not for 3 months. Maybe for another week or two. So to answer your question, no. Now, the thing is, if, let's just say, terrible scenario, Bitcoin never, ever, ever, ever recovers. Bitcoin stays 35,000 per coin for the rest of its life. No, even still, I don't think Dogecoin consolidates for anywhere near 3 months because, like you said, there's just too much good news. Too much good, big news. Now, the other cryptocurrencies, that's a bit of a different story. The XRP, the XLMs, all those guys, they don't really move like Doge moves. Doge is like almost the perfect hybrid of a stable altcoin with a purpose now mixed with a hype coin. It has both sides. So the price, because we found some value in what Doge can do and what it's going to do, the price tends to stay stable at the level that's assigned to it. Right before the market crash, that was right about 45 to 55 cents, right in the middle, like 50 cents. We were stable there. We kept fluctuating between 49 and 51. I don't know if you guys remember. We just kept bouncing up, 49 to 51, 49 to 51. We were stable at 50 cents with nothing. With hype, with each news announcement, Sears is going to accept Doge. GameStop's going to accept Doge. Coinbase is going to list Doge. Tesla's going to accept Doge as payment. Maybe Amazon. Like with all these different things, there's just all these hype factors that bump Doge up like 10, 20, 30 cents. There was still just so much potential for insane, volatile moves where the other cryptocurrencies just don't have that same potential because people don't look at them the same way. XRP doesn't have the same things to look forward to. XLM doesn't have the same things to look forward to. Even Cardano with the blockchain hype and the proof of stake and all the good things that it has, people just don't care on the same way that people care about Doge. It doesn't have that culture, the following behind it. So when you look at the way those other cryptocurrencies have potential to move, yeah, maybe they would be the ones consolidating for the next 3 months. But Dogecoin, like, it's almost impossible with the following it has. When Elon tweets, people buy up Doge. Like, it's just kind of impossible for it to consolidate for that long just because of what it is. So no. Let's see. Am I strapped for liftoff? I am ready for something. Whether it's the crash, or the takeoff. Some action, please. Hey, Mark. Opinions on Doge Bitcoin chart. I mean, we had the W formation here, which is usually, I mean, if you're coming down and you do the W, usually it's kind of a sign that things will then start going up. But still very weak. I mean, what I don't usually like to see is this ranging upward, this like consolidation as it goes up. There's not moves, like it's not going up clearly. It's just this little consolidation. Hey, Branson, you changed your name. What's going on, man? Too many big catalysts coming for it to linger here for long. Yeah. Even if... Whoops, sorry, trying to fix... I thought you were trying to type like one of those like emote bodies where it's like the arms and it's like doing the dance. And I thought you just failed. But that makes sense. Yeah, the chart to Bryce's question, the chart's not looking so good. I mean, now we're seeing like an attempt to pull away a little bit, but all for the last hours we've just been so weak. I don't even know how to feel about this really. I mean, finally, how long did we have to sit here at support before we started trying to get bought up? We should already be back up here. All of this messing around for all these hours is kind of crazy. But, you know, whatever. Whatever floats Bitcoin's boat. Thought I need to call 911. That's funny. Let's be honest, Bitcoin is dying. It's definitely not having a good time. Now, the thing is with Bitcoin, though, it's kind of impossible for its value to even stay down here. Because if you know how Bitcoin works with the mining, the intrinsic value of the coin going up over time as as the supply becomes more limited, more scarce, it becomes harder to mine. And then also, okay, there you go, Doge. And then it also, and then the halving event. Like, the value is going to go up. It can't stay at 35,000 forever. Oh, Doge to Bitcoin, basically how much one Doge is worth in Bitcoin. Like, comparing the moves, basically. I want to make sure I answer your question correctly. Are you talking about, like, looking at these two charts right here and comparing the price action and how they're both moving with each other? If so, yeah, Doge still looks way more eager to go up than Bitcoin, as it has been. Like I said earlier, every time Bitcoin goes down, Doge is much slower to go down. Then every time Bitcoin goes up, Doge kind of overreacts with the up movement. Definitely trying to recover more than Bitcoin is. So yeah, that's interesting. Doge BTC. Oh yeah, or you could just do compare versus Bitcoin, if that's what you're talking about. Where did it go? Where's a normal Bitcoin? What the heck? Okay. I had this set up yesterday and it worked perfectly fine, so I don't know what's going on here. Okay. I guess it doesn't want me to do compare verse anymore. I literally had compare set up yesterday and we looked at it. So that's weird. Today it's not going to work. All right. Cool. Good talk. Breakaway, baby Doge. Yes. Breakaway. Be free. Be your own.
The last 3 months, that 30 cents could
Elon
last
has
2
time in
weeks.
hands.
I
Sure
don't
does.
know. And the train before. So if we when is a good time to get some Dogecoin, baby? When do I buy in? When's a good price point? What's a good price point to buy in on? I'll tell you. We just reached the consolidation station. Which means what? We might be here for another 2 weeks. We might be around 30 cents for another 2 months. I don't know how long this is going to take. Just like I didn't know how long it would be at 5 cents for. I just held on. But now that you reached the consolidation station, all aboard, baby. Don't miss the train this time.
This guy's funny.
Okay, guys, so here is my Robin Hood.
Must be nice. Do we dare? Do we dare? See, there's stream delay, and so what I'm gonna say is, if no one says no before I click, we do dare. And knowing that you guys won't have time to say no, that was unfair, yes, but looks like we're watching.
Is cryptocurrency going to crash tomorrow? A lot of news articles coming out.
There's the no.
Like that, as we take a look around the entire economy.
If this was a live stream, why'd he go straight into it? There's literally at least give the live stream a chance to warm up a little bit. There's not even anybody in there yet. Just went straight into it. Record, start music.
Is cryptocurrency going to crash tomorrow? A lot of news articles coming out saying things like that as we take a look around the entire economy and around everything that's going on. What are people saying? People seem to be scared. Unregulated cryptocurrency bubble could set the economy into a tailspin, going down like crazy. Is that going to happen? Then this article coming out as well saying, and keep in mind, I'm getting
Alaric says no.
This
Kyle
is saying
says no.
Terrible
Prince
technicals.
says
Could it collapse back to 20K soon?
I
On
honestly
top
just want to see someone else's opinion on could it
of it is a
collapse.
very telling cryptocurrency.
Maybe I'll just turn the volume down.
What's going to happen with the entire crypto bars? Then it came back down, and so went from 1,000, it came back down to around this $3,000 area, and that is the low. As you look here from that,
Yeah, he is actually like overly obsessed with Dogecoin. He has to have like secretly 1 million Doge at like 35 cents or something, or like 1 million Doge at 40 cents, and he'll do anything it takes to convince his stream that the price is going up and get them to buy. That's the vibe I get from all of his. He'll post 5 videos a day if that's what it takes to find reasons to tell people Dogecoin is going to go up and to just believe. He's got to have like 1 million coins at like 50 cents and needs the price to go up. There's no other explanation. I don't know if you guys saw, and I sincerely hope that he's not in this stream. All right, because respect to the hustle. This dude had like, I think it was like 27,000 followers about 2 weeks ago. I'm not kidding. And I think even 1 week ago it was 120,000. Because I remember when I first came to his stream, it said 20. And then I came back like, is there a way to see? Look at chart. Hey, go Doge, do your thing. It's not mooning at this moment. Bro, you baited me. He was around when it hit 1 cent. How many followers did he have? Can I do, what's it called? Social Blade? I just want to see. Subscriber count. Yes, that's live, but statistics. Well, can I go back further than this? Wow. Yeah. I mean, okay. Yeah, look at this. I saw his first video. I guess it was somewhere in here. But look, in January 13th, he had big action watch. Kyle, there's nothing happening here, bro. Oh my god, look, chart mooning, big action watch. It's going down. What do you mean, man? Oh, there's a little pullback. I don't know if I consider that mooning though. If this takes off and heads towards 31 cents, I'll be very happy. But so far, Bitcoin is still disappointing me a little bit here. We'll flip back and forth. January, he had almost as many subscribers as I do right now. Then February, 16,000. And then they were just like 10,000 subscribers a week, basically catching on. And then all of a sudden, somewhere April, this was right around when Doge spiked. He gained 50,000 subscribers in a week. And this was April 20th. Now we're in May, and he's doubled from 120,000 to 260. Crazy. I think Doge going to 40 tomorrow. Bitcoin to... Man, y'all change your mind so often. Weren't y'all the ones just saying that Doge's going to 20? I mean that Bitcoin was going to 25,000? Advantage, wasn't it you? Oh, I guess it wasn't Advantage. All right. Algorithm likes his clickbait? Yeah. It's like selling your soul. I don't know. I don't think I can do it. Are you willing to sell your soul for the algorithm? What does it cost? Everything. Your sanity. Your OG subscribers. What do I have to do? Clickbait. Overhype everything. Doge to $1,000 non-stop every video. Obnoxious thumbnails. Obnoxious titles. No, I can't do it. Don't check though. Okay. Okay. Oh, check that out. Bitcoin surprise. Massive pullback.
It did not go very much lower than around that $3,400 area. A couple of days, it went a little bit.
Oh yeah, what I was gonna say. This guy on YouTube, on Twitter, they held one of those group price. I kind of want to make one of those videos one time just to see what would happen. Actually, I don't, but I would. I do want the views, but I don't want to make one. Anyway, on Twitter, this guy, they did one of those group like podcast things. I don't know what you call them. I guess it's whatever new feature on Twitter mirrors Clubhouse, something like that, where you can get a whole bunch of people in a call. There's like a couple speakers, but then as many people in the audience as you want. There was like 10,000 people, and it was Final Stand. It was the the creator of Doge. It was Slim Jim, the official Slim Jim, and a couple other people. And he was in there just nonstop pumping Doge like nothing. I don't know. It was kind of uncomfortable. I've never seen someone so obsessed with Dogecoin. It was like it was his life. He just kept relating everything someone would say to Dogecoin. It's like, dang, dude, how much do you have? I genuinely want to know how much Dogecoin he owns. It has to be a lot. It's not possible to be that in love with Dogecoin and not own like a couple million shares. He's probably putting every single YouTube paycheck into Doge. He has to be. All right. I think that was enough Final Stand for tonight. We got our 30-second daily dose. What was that other video that was just recommended there, though? Oh, guys. Toast Chunkies. I don't know if you guys saw this video by Upshot. I'm going to link it in the Discord. And videos to watch. Oh, I already did. I did earlier. 6:36 a.m. I wasn't up at 6:30 a.m. Was I? Why? Why was I on YouTube at 6:30 a.m.? Why the heck was I awake at 6:30 a.m. watching Upshot? I'm confused. I don't remember that. What? Anyway. Hey, Advantage. Hey, I appreciate that donation, man. Thank you. We all appreciate you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. Thank you, bro. I did not see that coming. Advantage with the $5. Thanks, bro. Guys, I'm actually, speaking of donations, I just made a Coinbase wallet. So I'm going to like put a link in the description eventually. So if people want to donate Dogecoin, they can. I think that would be cool. Like if you want to donate in crypto, that'd be pretty cool. Doge junkies. If you don't love Doge when it's down, you don't deserve Doge when it's up. Hey, that's true. I'm a Doge junkie. You sound like a Doge junkie. I think you are. This video, though, I linked it in the Discord group in videos to watch. If you are new to trading, okay, he titled it Crypto Slang Every Investor Should Know as kind of clickbait because crypto's the hot thing right now. He didn't say stock market slang. Nah, man, talking about the streamer. Just kidding, though. We're all obsessed with those. Yeah, we are. But here's the thing. If you're new to trading and you get lost with some of the lingo, especially like FUD and he had a lot of good examples. I can't remember. Whales. What are whales? What is FUD? Market cap. All this stuff. If you get lost, just take 20 minutes. Watch this video. You will feel like a pro. He goes over all the terminology and explains what each thing means in simple terms. So, respect to him for making a useful video.
Next we have
Wrecked.
price will dump
Next we
almost to
have
zero,
Wrecked.
and they're gone. So for some of
Okay, I
these,
didn't know he
you
covered
cryptos,
Wrecked.
you
I
don't
didn't watch
know
the whole
who
thing
really
because I know these
created it,
terms,
and
but
there's no pictures of them on their website. They have these, anonymous names. So you have to be really careful when you're buying into some of these. Next we have Wrecked, R-E-K-T. So Wrecked it's really Wrecked, W-R-E-C-K-E-D. This is when a crypto is dropping and you're left, at a high price and your investment is really going to waste and you become wrecked.
I didn't know
Next
he
we
did
have
that one.
whales. Whales.
That's funny. FUD.
Next we have FUD, F-U-D. FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. FUD is often used when there's an institution or a whale or other people who don't like a certain investment. And so what they do is they spread fear. They go to the news organizations and they have them print articles which are negative towards a particular cryptocurrency, for instance. And so when that gets posted, then a lot of people are like, oh no, I need to sell. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you to sell so they can buy in at a lower price. Next we have FOMO, F-O-M-O.
Fear of missing out.
FOMO is fear of missing out. FOMO comes when there's a skyrocketing crypto. When it starts to take off, a lot of people all of a sudden start buying in because they're afraid they're going to miss that big rocket. So FOMO can happen, with stocks as well. What you have to be careful though is not to get in too late, particularly if there's a lot of hype around something.
Yeah.
And you might end up buying high.
So anyway, if you ever get confused by the terminology I use in videos or anybody else's videos, just take like 20 minutes. And here he starts getting into charting terms. You don't have to get that far, but if you just want the main lingo, just watch the first 10 minutes. Catch yourself up. Because there's a lot. I'll make a video like this soon. But, he already made one. So if you want to see his first, there you go. Just hanging out here. I don't know if you could tell, but my watch, the things I watch according to the algorithm, according to what YouTube thinks I want to watch, is just extremely random. You can't put a theme to what I watch. All right, there's me singing, League of Legends, racing, real estate, cryptocurrency, absolutely random, rappers buying jewelry and reviewing stuff, aviation, Twitch streamers, and criminal justice. Like Mariano? Yeah, I'm kind of into everything. All right, Dogecoin. What is this? Doge is moving. Doge explained by Marquez. My YouTube's just so solid. That's kind of accurate. Do you watch fitness stuff? No, actually. Surprisingly, no. That live stream's miserable too. This one? Yeah, man. Most of these that are at the top, it's just brutal. Let's just see.
Land for another 10.
Oh, man, I'm sure. Hope so.
This one I can't stand. Dodge Challenger. Why did they just randomly say my car? Man, that's messed up. I missed that car too. Anyway, as soon as I join, just someone rubs it in my face that my car's in the shop. They do have some very smart people in there.
Is feeling bullish.
I don't like that this one everybody's talking at the same time. Tame the Ark? Oh, that's the name of the channel.
If that AMC hit 100,
Pay for my tickets.
you hear Drew on the series with Christy over there. He looking for
Some free Skittles.
Oh yeah, I'm searching right now. I'm digging.
And the chart's pretty miserable. This one.
Yo, I smoked the devil's lettuce. The devil's lettuce. That's a funny way to say it. Sativa's for that moaning focus. Nah, what do you call it? And then when I'm trading, I have nothing except for coffee or tea coursing through my veins. That's it. Coffee and tea.
I don't mind this. Except for the chart. It's pretty ugly. This is let's go hate on other people's live stream for absolutely no reason. That's this portion of the stream. There's not many live streams up right now.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, that's not what I meant to click. Let's watch this video on XLM. I watched something on Stellar. It was quite interesting. And I know and you got to be in their Discord to see their charts. Ah. I see. I was just watching something on XLM in Coinbase, which is weird to say. Oh. Just trying to put my email on blast. Not that it's important. And it was very interesting. This is the best stream you can find on YouTube. Dude, I appreciate that. Thank you, Kelp. This is the realest stream you'll find on YouTube. I can say that. So far. from what I've seen. Weeble looks way better. I agree. Dude, I agree. $50 donation to get in? Jeez. Is there a monthly subscription with that too? Rather watch me than Joe Rogan? Hey, man. Thank you. I'm glad y'all enjoy hanging out here that much, because I don't know. Fact checked. Yeah, those charts are rough. It doesn't need to be that complicated. Put an indicator up there, one or two, and look at the price. You can clearly see buy and sell signals. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Oh, let's watch this on what is XLM. For anybody that is not super fluent in other cryptocurrencies, we can take some of this time, a couple minutes, to learn about some of these other ones by watching the little short videos. And basically what you can do... 7, is that you? Right? It does seem to be recovering a bit, though. Yeah, it does seem to be recovering a bit. It's trying to hold up here at 30 cents. I kind of missed this move here. I didn't even notice this, but yeah, it's trying. For sure. Yeah, take a look at that. There we go. Kind of broke this little level right here. Now it's trying to move up. That's cool. Buy now, sell now. 2 cent, 1 cent. Oh, there it goes. And we have ignition. Eat now. Wonder if that's 7 to his kids. School. Sleep. Eat. Bed. It's going to be a dip tomorrow, though. Yeah, probably so. If everyone's expecting a dip, it's very likely there will be a dip. Just like we said, if everyone's on the same page thinking that the price is going to crash, they're not going to want to buy. And all those buyers out means sellers will take priority and push the price down. Kind of just force it into existence by believing it. So it is very likely. Anyway, some of these altcoins that are coming up are very interesting. They play off of the Ethereum network, and they do a lot of things that like make the Ethereum network better, or they just play off the network and provide their own service based off of it. And then they also have their own coin that they kind of pay the workers, whether they're miners or not, for their service. Very interesting. This one's XLM by Stellar Lumens. Here's the thing. We can watch these videos, and if you decide to sign up for Coinbase, you will have already watched them, so you can just jump straight to the quiz and get your free $2. So this isn't really wasting your time unless you've already watched them. But it's still cool to watch. So let's watch. What is Stellar? Here's their explanation right here. Stellar unites the world's financial infrastructure so money can flow quickly and cheaply between banks, businesses, and people. This one wasn't the most interesting out of all of them, but we can still watch it. And then we can go to one of the ones that was a little more interesting. Where's the audio? Hello?
Today's global financial infrastructure has a big communication
I'll be right back.
problem.
I'm going to grab
There are a
some
lot of
pie.
different currencies, and a lot of different payment systems. Each one speaks a different language, so they have a hard time understanding each other, which makes moving money slow and expensive, and a lot gets lost in translation. Stellar's vision is to unite the world's financial infrastructure so money can flow quickly and cheaply between banks, businesses, and people. The internet connected the world's computers so information could be shared globally. Stellar is doing the same for money. To accomplish this vision and ensure integrity and neutrality, Stellar is not a bank or a business. Instead, it's a decentralized open network supported by a nonprofit foundation that handles every currency and speaks to every payment system in its native language. That means businesses can move money globally in seconds, no matter what bank they use back home. And people all over the world can use Stellar to send money to family overseas, to convert one currency to another, or to make payments that are too small to cover fees traditionally charged by today's institutions. In the future, Stellar hopes that you won't have to use traditional infrastructure to get your money where you want it to go. Instead, you'll just use Stellar.
Next.
Stellar is a platform that connects banks, payment systems, and people so they can easily move money anywhere in the world. To help make this possible, Stellar has created a cryptocurrency, the Lumen. The Lumen is the native asset of the Stellar network. It serves as a kind of universal translator between each currency. Here's how. Imagine a business in the United States needs to pay a supplier in China. They've got US dollars in their bank account in Kansas City, but they need the payment to show up as Chinese yuan in the supplier's account in Guangzhou. What can they do? They could send money the traditional way via international wire transfer, but that's slow. International wires take several days to clear. Complicated. In many cases,
have a good night,
funds
Envu.
move through multiple
Catch you in the next
intermediary
stream.
banks before reaching their destination. And expensive. Each intermediary takes a percentage of the transaction in fees. As money moves around the world, the fees pile up, and the business in Kansas City loses more and more of its hard-earned cash to unnecessary middlemen, as does the supplier in China. By comparison, what if the business used Stellar? Stellar has a decentralized exchange built right into the protocol. It can route a payment in US dollars through its order books,
Explanation of
so
a
it comes out on the
blockchain.
other end as Chinese yuan
Oh boy.
automatically.
All right. Bear with me, because it's not going to be a very good explanation. But I'll do my best to simplify the way that I've managed to think about it in my head, because it's still a complicated concept, right? But good night, everyone. My kids wake up way too early. Oh, okay. Appreciate you hanging out, Nick. Jonathan, catch you in the next one. Well, that reminds me, PNC announced that Zillow will also accept crypto soon. Ooh, that's a big deal. Interesting. Explanation of a blockchain, Alaric. So think of, this is kind of the whole reason that crypto is supposed to be special, right? So, and I'll just assume you don't know, just so I can cover the whole thing and not go backwards. The whole reason of crypto, Ninja no cap. The whole reason of crypto is decentralized banking. What is centralized banking? Centralized banking. Help, what the heck, man? Centralized banking is basically, think of the way that we do banking today. Let's say I want to send money to you, Alaric, or I want to go to your store that you have and buy something from your store, and in exchange for the item, blockchain talk, I don't know if it's that interesting. In exchange for the item, I want to pay you with money. All right? How do I pay you with money if I want to use my card, for example? Well, I have money in my bank. I want to give you money from my bank. I don't directly give you that money unless I'm paying cash. If I'm doing it digitally, I swipe my card, kind of goes through the middleman, through my bank, through whatever payment system that you're accepting at your place of business, and then it goes to your bank, and it's your bank account. In the middle, all these hands touch the money, right? My bank, the payment system, they take their fees, and then through your bank. All these hands touch, all these people take their fees and their money and whatnot before it gets to you. Because of that, yeah, maybe you could say transactions might not be super fast, or they could be faster if it didn't have to go through middlemen. Whatever. Usually that's not too much of a concern. Where you get more of the concerns is all these people touching your money, doing what they want with your money. You don't really know what happens with your money until you get it. But even when your money's in your bank account, you don't really know, like, what are people really doing with your money? What is the bank really doing with your money when you have money in your bank account? They could be temporarily borrowing it and doing stuff with it, and then they replenish it or let you have it only when you need it. That's why a lot of times people ask you to, like, keep money in your bank accounts for a certain reason, because the banks then do take that money usually and do stuff with it. And of course they still end up with enough cash to provide it to the people that usually end up saying, hey, I need to spend my cash, or I need to withdraw my cash. But usually they're touching your money at some point. Collectively, everyone's money. Also, the middle man takes their fees. And so because of that, usually at the end of the day, you, being the person that was trying to get that money from me, by the time that money that I paid gets to you, you lost some of it, because the middleman had to take their money and whoever else. All these hands touching the money, doing stuff they want with it. The blockchain is decentralized banking. Basically, what that allows is for the exchange of things, the exchange of money, mostly, primarily, I guess, without the middleman. So the question becomes, how can you do an exchange like that without the middleman? Because typically the middleman, yeah, they take their fee, but they're also authenticating things. They're making sure that my bank account has enough money in it. They're making sure that you are, like, your end is secure, my end is secure, and they're verifying the transaction. They're making sure it goes through. They're making sure money comes out of my account. Money securely gets to your account. Like, I lose money, make sure you get paid, make sure there's no fraudulent activity, all that stuff. All these security measures, all these authentications to make sure that, like, the transaction goes through. The middleman also handles that, and so do the banks. So how do you do banking without banks and without a middleman? So that's where kind of the blockchain comes into play with decentralized banking, which is basically banking without banks and without the middleman. So the way that ends up working is via the blockchain. All of the transactions that are queued up take place, are verified, and are secured via the blockchain, which is like the network that the transactions run through. The whole digital network is the blockchain. That's the easy way to think about it. Then there's different methods of transaction verification. You have, like, the proof of work, the proof of stake, et cetera, et cetera. And that's where it gets a little more complicated, because, like, what is each blockchain's, like, let's say Bitcoin is one, what does their proof of work blockchain entail? Ethereum's another. What does their proof of work blockchain entail? Cardano's another. What does their proof of stake blockchain entail? What is their method of verifying transactions? How fast does it happen? How much work does it take? How much does it cost? What are the transaction fees? All that stuff. And that's where all of these differences are starting to come up between, like, these different coins, how fast they do things, how cheaply they do things, and what type of verification method that their blockchain uses, whether it's proof of work or proof of stake. Now, the one I can explain the easiest is like the proof of work one. So basically with the blockchain, so imagine all of these different people, right? You probably already know of as miners. People that are mining Bitcoin, for example. I feel like everybody's probably heard of that in this group. People that mine Bitcoin. Basically, the miners, they're not mining for anything. All they're doing is they have these setups with their computers that are dedicated to solving these complex algorithms that in the end, once they're solved, the whole purpose of doing that algorithm is to securely verify that a transaction's real, that all the information in it is legit, blah, blah, blah. Once the transaction's verified, cool. It did its job. Each time that, let's say, I use the blockchain to make a transaction, my transaction goes into the blockchain, and the record of my transaction goes to, like, let's just say 8 different people, 8 different miners get my record of transaction. They each individually, not seeing what each other's doing, not seeing anything, go through all these complex algorithms and whatnot, solve the puzzle. Their computer does all the work, verifies the transaction by the end of whatever it does. It says, and then at the end of that, all 8 records, just say all 8 records of each of the 8 miners' records of the verified transaction get sent out. And if they all match, cool. That transaction is legit. We all 8 of us separately cross-checked it, and we all got the same result. Yeah, good transaction. If that wasn't the case, then it's like, wait, maybe that's a bad transaction. And that's kind of how the blockchain just works. Transaction goes to multiple different people. Those people with their machines, the miners, verify the transactions. If all of the results match up and it all looks good, that transaction gets verified. That's just kind of like the blockchain network, and that's how we're able to use this digital asset, cryptocurrency, to run on this blockchain and allow us to use decentralized banking versus using the middleman by using the whole blockchain network that is elaborately set up to verify transactions without a middleman. There are easier ways to explain that, but that's the one that came to my head at 2 a.m. So, sorry, that's all I got. Come back tomorrow, I'll have a better explanation for you when my brain's at 100%.
Lumens act as an intermediary. Stellar simply converts
Maybe even
dollars
after I
into
eat my pie.
lumens
I don't know.
and then converts lumens into yuan, all in under 5 seconds and for a fee of 1/10,000th of a cent. In addition to serving as a universal currency translator, lumens also protect the integrity of the network by preventing spam. Transaction fees are paid in lumens, and every Stellar account has a minimum balance too. The transaction fees and minimum balance are low enough that legitimate users don't really notice them, but high enough to disincentivize spammers. Lumens are a critical component of the Stellar protocol. They allow it to be efficient, scalable, and they serve as a universal translator for assets. So you can move funds cheaply, but not too cheaply, with the transparency and security only a decentralized blockchain can provide. That's a big step forward for financial infrastructure, all thanks to Stellar.
I should make my own coin called Super Mario Coin. Can it make the
ding
sound every time someone uses it? The Super Mario sound?
Easily move money anywhere in the world. To help make this possible, Stellar has created a cryptocurrency, the Lumen.
We'd all
The
buy
Lumen
some.
is the native asset
I've
of the
thought
Stellar
about it.
network.
If I can make a
It serves
cryptocurrency,
as
I
a
probably
kind of
will.
universal translator between each currency. Here's how. Imagine a business in the United States needs to pay a supplier in China. They've got US dollars in their bank account in Kansas
Did we just watch
City,
this?
but they need the payment to show up as Chinese yuan in the supplier's account in Guangzhou.
Yeah, we did. So basically, long story short, Stellar's videos weren't that interesting. But they kind of oh my god. Think of like a way to use decentralized banking to bypass the current banking system in order to make like big, large scale money transfers, where previously we'd have to wire money, go through all these different exchanges, all these different loops. Like they said, like maybe from point A to B, then B to C, C to D, just to get like money from here over to China, all these different exchanges taking their fees along the way. XLM has like basically a fix for that. Uses its Lumens coin as kind of like the, what's the word? Intermediary? Yeah. It's just kind of interesting. I didn't like that one that much, but it was kind of interesting. This one's cool. Compound. What's the abbreviation for compound? Comp. Actually, Polygon was interesting as well. Matic. I know someone was asking me about Matic as well. Sorry, guys, if I'm not helping make this less confusing. It is still kind of confusing to me, so you're hearing my brain trying to comprehend it as well. But I still was intrigued by it, so I'd like to share it with you. Back, sorry, closing BS. Welcome back, testers. Compound was interesting, though. Basically, this compound crypto, based on the Ethereum network, lets you invest and then gain interest, like compound interest, which is why it's called compound, on your investment. But then you can also borrow coin of your choice from compound. So it's like the thing is, everyone stakes, I guess you could say stakes, maybe that's not the right term to use in this case, but everyone stakes a cryptocurrency into compound. Think of it as like a deposit. Everyone deposits something in there. You can then borrow a chart. Ooh, okay. Doge got another 3/10 move. Hey, testers. Hey, thank you so much for the $5, man. I really appreciate that. What's a good DCA spread? Just wondering. I'm buying a little at a time. Bitcoin, and I started at 34,500. I really appreciate that donation, man. Thank you so much. Oh, look at Doge. Bitcoin and Doge finally getting a nice bounce. This is what we were expecting to see earlier, right? We should have came here, messed around for maybe just a minute, and then rocketed off like this. All of this messing around here, slingshot off, failed, came back, broke through support, came back to 33.5, broke through that support a little. None of that should have needed to happen. But at least we're moving up. Now the question is, where do we stop? Got a couple horizontal resistances here. Hopefully we just fly past them and don't do crazy pullback stuff. To answer your question, testers, a good dollar cost average spread. You started at 34.5. Kind of depends on how much money you're trying to put in. That's a hard one to answer. Here's the thing. Basically, what you want to determine is what looks to be and this is just kind of the way I dollar cost average. What do I think is the most likely bottom? And then what are the alternative bottoms? And what are the chances that we hit those bottoms? So in my opinion, if I'm saying Bitcoin doesn't really look like it's going to go much under 34,000, it looks pretty strong here. There's like 70% chance in my head based off my technical analysis. 50,000? Okay. There's like 70% chance in my head that this goes up and doesn't really come back down to 34,000. But there's still that 25% chance that we do go down. Now, of that 25% chance, I think there's like 15% that we go down to 31,000 and just like maybe a 10% chance that we go down to 30. But I really, 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 really don't think there's any scenario that we go under into 30,000s. If that's my technical analysis, then I kind of take a look at, okay, at this dip, well, and then also compare your downside to what you figured out, to what your upside potential is. What do I think my price target's going to be? And based on kind of the risk reward situation I've got going on here is how I'll typically end up dollar cost averaging in. I don't have like a set spread to where I could be like, oh, do 15% here, 25% here, and then 50 there. That's not really how I tend to operate. I just kind of go off those factors that I just told you. And then that's how I base what my initial in price will be, or in amount, investment amount will be at what I think is the sweet spot for a good dip buy, and then how much I will leave on the sidelines to average down with in case I'm wrong. Now, if I'm proven right, it doesn't really matter exactly when I put the rest of that money in, but obviously you'd want to make sure that you are clearly right. Now, here's the thing. The less aggressive you go in on the initial investment, the higher risk it is to then average up, if that makes sense. Okay, here's what I mean. For example, let's say this was a great spot to probably do 75%, okay, of your total investment. But let's just say for some reason you're not feeling too comfortable. So you only go, Kyle, there he goes again. So you're not feeling super comfortable. So you only go 50% in right here, right? Here's the thing. You go in 50% here, you're like, oh, I'm right. Cool. And then you wait for a pullback to start throwing some more in so you can get some more skin in the game as you're continuing to move up. All right. Because you weren't mostly in here, now every time you add money going up, most of your position, instead of it being here, is kind of spread along. So as the price reverses, you start to like lose more money. I don't know if that was simple enough for you to follow what I'm saying there. But if 75%'s here and then only 25% is scattered up, like, okay, let's just say another 10%, 15 here, another 10% here. When the price kind of goes up and comes back down, like I'm kind of still in profit. And especially, I'm really still in profit till I come back to my initial investment. But if I only did like 25 or 50% here, and then like I keep trying to add as I go, it's just much easier to end up in loss because most of my money isn't down low. It's like spread out because I didn't commit to the initial buy-in. So I prefer in my trading to find a good spot where I think it's just highly probable that it won't go wrong. And if it does still go past me, it won't go very far to where I'd feel comfortable just averaging down versus selling. And I like to go in larger size on my initial investment and then just trade that plan. Where if it goes down a little bit, I can kind of average down here. But then if it starts to go up and I think I'm right, probably on like the first pullback or second, because I want to do it earlier than later so that I'm not messing up my dollar cost average by throwing money in like up here at 48 and then the price pulls back down to 40 and I gained from here, but then I'm losing from here. So kind of as early as possible when I realize I'm right, kind of throw the rest in so that as it goes up the next couple $1,000s, I'm just in profit, no loss. That's probably the best answer I can give because I don't trade Bitcoin and I don't have, like I said, I just don't have spreads like that. I just play it by ear, but kind of based off those rules. I don't play it by ear. I do plan it out, but I don't have like percentages and all that stuff. Mooning, OMG, here it goes. Yeah, hopefully. Here's the thing. If you look just at the movement, Bitcoin was already due to do this. I mean, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support. Like, it's not doing anything unusual here. So I'm not particularly excited. I will be excited once on this move up, we break 40,000. Okay, here's what needs to happen. Here's a little bit of continued technical analysis, right? We did this. Just who cares about the rejection because it didn't hold. So we'll just say we did this, right? Just the long-term moves here. I don't care about the little stuff in between. We need to get here. Well, we need to get here. We need to get here, obviously. But to get there, we need to get here first. When we get here, we need to break through this. I don't really want to see us doing a whole bunch of rejecting and coming back down to here. We need to get through. Let's just account for maybe a small rejection. Or two, worst case scenario. Okay, we need to break through, head towards the top, pull back, and not go below this line. If we can do that, and then I don't care what we do after that. We could start heading back up here, break through, or we can start, we could do a pullback, test it again. I don't care. We could test it one more time. And we can end up trading sideways. Either way, we need to get up here, find a way to break through 40,000, and then stop coming back under 40,000 soon. We need Bitcoin to show some signs of bullishness and some buying strength, We have not had that recently. We keep showing all these signs of weakness. We were up in this trend channel here. We were up here, tried to hold 40s, failed, tried to hold here, failed, made new lows, came up here, tried to break 43 times, failed. We need 40,000 is the level to beat. 40,000 is the level to beat. We have been struggling with 40,000 on Dogecoin for who knows how long now. It's been since the 18th that we have been trying to get past there. It is now the end of the month. It has been half of a month, and we have not been able to break above 40,000 and hold. But we keep trying, but we keep failing. All right. So the moment of truth will be when we get back up here, breaking above it again, but then also holding above it. I don't really care if we break. Sure, if we break past this, cool, and we make a run up. I'm not going to be greedy with my expectations, okay? Because that is a little bit greedy. It's a little bit unlikely, given how weak we were here, that we just break and then take off. If we do, cool, make me money. Awesome, all of us money. But we need to break above 40,000 and then hold, okay? Then I don't care what we do. We could start trading sideways and just ignore this channel and do whatever we want for how long we need to before we start going back up. But what we don't want to see is us break above 40,000 again and then lose strength, fail, come back into here, get sandwiched into this part of the triangle and break out the bottom. That's not what we want. That is not the scenario we want to be in, where we end up doing something like this. Don't want that world. Because this is another scenario. It's not what we want. Let's get above there, hold above there, and start making steps to take off. Bitcoin is weak? Yes. Yes, it is. That's why I'm just like, we need strength. We do. Or else, like, Doge is stuck in a rut until further notice. I got you. Thank you. Makes sense. Yeah, no problem, bro. Kyle with the desperate need of the 24/7 live chart. Dude, last time I did that live stream, I lost 4 subscribers live streaming chart only, even though I put it in the title. 4. I don't have that many to give, bro. Okay, keep in mind 2,000 of my subscribers came from my tech review part of the channel, when that's all I was doing. On the new kind of direction the channel's going in, trading, basically I probably have like 300 subscribers. So losing 4 from one stream, big hurt. What's my average now? It was 28. I did sell, and then I started like streaming and getting distracted. So I missed the whole move from like 29 to 30. I did buy back in at 30 though. I don't really care. Anywhere near here is a dip. I'm not being too picky anymore. As long as I don't buy in and then start over trading, it doesn't really matter. Gilbert, time to check out. Best of luck to my Doge community. Very informative session with 2020 Tech Official. My number one choice for TA. Dude, I really appreciate that, Gilbert. Thanks for hanging out. Glad to help. Glad you're finding the sessions informative. And hopefully you're also making some good monies. Catch you tomorrow, hopefully. Will Dogecoin drop lower, says Kelp. Probably so. I'm not fully convinced that Bitcoin really wants out. In my opinion, this whole Doge move right now could easily just crash right back down. Nothing has me convinced right now. I'm scarred. I've seen too much from Bitcoin over the last couple days. So that's what I'm looking at, by the way. Because if Bitcoin's not strong, Doge doesn't do anything. Doge has been steadily going up, but I thought that earlier today. Yeah, exactly. Constantly these moves in a direction that we're like, oh, and then, doesn't pan out. So I don't even know if I'm going to hold overnight, honestly. I'm leaning towards no. Now, if this takes off a little bit, heads towards like 32, 33 cents, and I'm in the clear, yeah, maybe I'll take a chance. But I'm not feeling so great about Bitcoin. Maybe I'll just set an early alarm again. Wake up at like 6 and check it. Night, bro, I'm going to sleep. All right, Advantage. I hear you. Thanks for hanging out. It's been real. Actually, guys, it's probably about time to shut down the stream anyway. Yeah, I'm going to wait till tomorrow morning before I buy to get a good night's rest. Good call. Good call. Hopefully it doesn't. I'd say hopefully it doesn't take off on us, but I think that's very unlikely. We'll see. I mean, here's the thing. We are at the bottom of the channel for Bitcoin, right? So it is supposed to take off from here, which means that Doge should be heading up towards 33 cents. That could happen overnight. So I'm really going to have to think about this one, because if we're seeing some signs of strength and we're getting clear away from my buy area, I'll probably just hold it, because it should be going up. But I just don't trust Bitcoin. Not with all this that I saw today. In a head and shoulders at 40, I don't like that. And then it did all this consolidation, failed to hold here, broke out the bottom. I don't like it. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, absolutely, man. Glad you all were able to hang out for so long today. I lost track of time. Just enjoying a good old stream with some good old people. I had no idea it was like 2:30 a.m. here, but I should go to sleep. I've got some stuff to do tomorrow. Just in summary, as we wrap up here, just stay up all night and we watch it, bro. Dude, I wish. I've gotta work tomorrow. My side job. But in summary, nothing really new on Twitter, nothing new from Elon that's worth writing home about. Nothing there. Oh. Okay, this is about SpaceX. I thought I was proved wrong. But no, was not proved wrong. All right, so nothing really there, nothing to write home about. We have good announcements for Bitcoin. We have good announcements for Dogecoin. The market isn't really budging too much. I think what we really need is the Elon announcement for Bitcoin to really correct Bitcoin, because he's the one that crashed it, and it seems to be taking it pretty personal, pretty hard. It's still crying. It's been a week. It's still taking it hard and personal. But as long as Dogecoin gets some good news, I mean, we're going to break free, at least temporarily, and be able to make profit off it. If it's only a hype announcement, we'll break free. We can sell, scalp, wait for the price to drop back down, rebuy in, and profit off the move again. But if it's a good announcement, obviously it'll go up and stick. We'll see. Last thoughts on Bitcoin. We are in an uptrend here, right? Overall, we're in an uptrend. As you zoom out, though, the uptrend that we're in looks less and less impressive. We've done this, what is this? Kind of like 3 times here already. We formed a W. We haven't really made any new highs here. Barely. I don't really count that. If this was up here, that's a different story. But it's literally just this little slight incline here of the trend. And it's not even holding at the peak there. So I'm not really convinced. I will probably sell before I go to sleep. I don't really care if I wake up to 32 cents. I just have a bad feeling that this isn't going to hold, and I'm probably going to wake up to like 29, 28 cents, and then have to feel like I need to cut again, and I don't really want to be in that boat. But what I'll probably do is stay up for another, 20, 25 minutes while I'm in bed, and just keep an eye on the chart and see if I can figure out what direction it's going to try and head in, because right now it's like 50-50. It's trying to decide, is it going to hold here, break up, or just drop? So I would recommend you as well keep an eye on it. If you're in the Discord group, we'll probably be talking about it for at least a couple minutes, and then I'll catch you guys tomorrow in the next stream. That's the way it's looking right now. But like I said, Bitcoin is at the point, obviously, it's at support now. If anything, we should be believing it goes up. But with it looking that weak, something tells me it may not. So just a little on edge. Can't lose money you don't put in. You are right, Asmo. Sure can't. Only thing is, I did hold kind of some on the way down. So I technically lose money at this point that I don't put in if it goes up. Because I need to ride the recovery back up unless I want to be negative. If you know what I mean. It's like if I put in 5,000 at 50 cents and then it drops to 30 cents and I held it all the way down, and so now I'm at 3,000, I need to be back in as it rides up to 50 cents to get my money back. And I am down just a little bit because I held most of the way down. I'll hold my Doge and sell my Bitcoin. Nice. It's a good call, actually. The Doge is the one with the real potential to move up, regardless of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the pessimist right now. Bad to hold Doge? I don't think it's bad to hold. Me not being in, though, I'm being a little more picky, but if I was in, I would probably just hold overnight. There's no reason really not to. And I'll probably hold too. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? Just trying to think. Will I be more... This is the questions that you got to ask yourself. Will I be more upset if I wake up to Doge 27? Or if I wake up to and I'm in? Or if I wake up to like Doge 34 and I'm not in? I think I'd be more upset Doge 34 and I'm not in, so I might just hold overnight. Skydive. Well, good night, everyone. See you tomorrow night. Yep, catch you tomorrow, Skydive. Appreciate all of you guys for hanging out. Before I get distracted again, I'm going to wrap up the stream and actually get some sleep. Have a good night, Skydive, Testers, Kyle, Asmo, Advantage, Gilbert, Kyle, everybody. Kelp, everybody that's been in the stream supporting. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow in the next stream or in the Discord group. If you're a part of that, we'll probably talk it up a little bit there. See you guys tomorrow.